so much for joining me for a very special live. As you know, Arnold and I are friends in real life, and we were just talking about like every time something in fashion happens, we like hit up our chat and we're just like start talking about it. We were just like, you know what? Let's talk about this with the Star fam because we got some fashion girlies in here too. So there's a lot going on in the fashion world. So Arnold and I decided to come together to do this live to give you all some fashion tea. I'm gonna bring up my Arnold right now. Arnold, you ready? Hey, my love.
Hey, Star family. Hey, Nikki.
Hey, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for doing this. There's so much going on in fashion, child.
It is.
So many changes. The first thing I wanted to talk about with you guys, come on in the room, Star fam. The first thing that I wanted to talk about with you guys is Oliver. Now,
Olivier,
thank you.
Is it Olivier?
I'm listen, that's why I have you up here because I don't know how to pronounce it. He's French, so is it Olivier?
It's Olivier, I think. Olivier.
Okay. Last name. How do you pronounce his last name?
Rousting.
Olivier Rousting. So Olivier Rousting has left Balmain.
Balmain.
Olivier Rousting has left Balmain. When I heard the news, I hit up Arnold and I was like, what? We got to talk about this. Yeah. So I'm going to read the Vanity Fair article and then Arnold and I are going to get into it. Okay. Olivier Rousting leaves.
Really quickly, I haven't read the article. So I want you to,
Yeah, I'll read some snippets of it. Okay. So Olivier Rousting leaves Balmain after 14 years as artistic director. Olivier says Olivier wrote in his statement, "Today marks the end of an era. Today marks the end of my Balmain era." He wrote this on Instagram. 16 years ago, I began this Balmain adventure without knowing what the future would hold. What an extraordinary story it has been. A love story. Oh, hold on. Let me bring up the gorgeous Olivier. Work. Work. Yes, Olivier. What an extraordinary story it has been. A love story, a life story. None of it would ever have been possible without my chosen family, my team, the group, and all people who believed in me from the very beginning. Like every story, this one also has an ending. His farewell post went on to thank his collaborators, the house ownership group, and more for the experience that they shared. He says, thank you for your support, your love, for having lived season after season, this beautiful Balmain journey with you. Thank you to Mayhola for the support and all the memories that will remain forever engraved in my mind. Thank you to my team, without whom none of these incredible adventures could have existed. I arrived at 24 with my eyes wide open and the determination to persevere always. Today, I leave the house of Balmain with my eyes still wide open to the future and to the beautiful adventures ahead, adventures in which all of you will have a place, a new era, a new beginning, a new story. Thank you. I'm gonna probably butcher this, but I'm gonna try. Rashid Mohammed Rashid is the CEO of Mayhola and chairman of Balmain. Was also keen to salute Rousting's exceptional career, which has helped make Balmain one of the most high-profile houses of the last decade. Olivier's visionary leadership has not only redefined the boundaries of fashion, but also inspired a generation with bold creativity, unwavering authenticity, and a commitment to inclusivity, he said in the statement. We are immensely proud of all that has been achieved under his direction and look forward to seeing the next chapter of his journey unfold with the same brilliance and passion. I am, listen, I know that all good things must come to an end, but I'm absolutely gagged by this. I mean, Balmain, in my opinion, has become very successful, even more well known under his leadership. So I'm just like, what is happening? Is he moving on to bigger things? Are they going a different direction and he just didn't fit that? What are your thoughts, Arnold?
So to be honest, I was just as surprised as everyone else. I
Okay.
don't know where this is coming from. So right now, I will say fashion is doing, this has been like the craziest moment in fashion. It's like everyone is playing musical chairs.
Yeah.
Creative directors have passed away. Creative directors have been like, not even like fired, but let go and then placed somewhere else, like within
Yeah.
the two really major fashion conglomerates, which are LVMH and Kering. So like people will leave this brand and go to this brand, but it's still under, you know what I mean? So it's been a lot of movement. Like every major house that you can think of, like Dior, Balenciaga, Fendi, all of them got a new creative director this past season. So I
Mhm.
don't really know what's going on with Balmain. It is a very old house. When
Yeah.
he came into it, like he said, 14 years ago, he was 24 years old. He was young and cute. This picture is from then too. This is not how he looks now. But
Arnold.
and there's no shade. There's no shade. But yeah, he was young and cute, and he really did change the game. He made it a little more young, a little more accessible. It really was for like elegant French ladies. They did ready to wear and they did haute couture. They didn't have a huge accessories business. So he
Mhm.
does shoes and handbags and ready to wear.
Mhm.
And he brought like young Instagram girls, notably like the Kardashian Jenners and them. And so he really did introduce the brand to a lot of people and he has done a great job. So I'm not really sure why. It really felt like it very much came out of the blue that
Yeah.
he was leaving. And they haven't named a new
Yeah.
creative director. So it seems almost, not to be conspiracy, it seems a little fishy, but then it's also like every house is doing it. So are they just
Yeah.
trying to jump on the bandwagon and do that? But at the same time, don't mess up a good thing if it's going.
My thing, I'm like, this is not the season to be unemployed, child.
This is not the
So much,
season to be unemployed.
so much stuff is changing, and I'm just like, the reason why, like you said, the reason why it seems like something is happening here is because one, they both stated that this was mutually exclusive, but also to have him leave and not have anybody else
Right.
place, like not have him,
Usually it's like this person is coming in and that, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, we just let him go and we don't have nobody.
it just looks like an abrupt exit because it just does not seem planned.
Right.
So I'm like, until y'all find somebody, there's going to be no leadership over there.
There's
Like that's so.
what they will probably do is, because houses have done this before and houses have had to do this before, you don't have a creative director, you have a creative team, and
Okay.
the team is the one who produces the collection, or you have like their like main assistant or something and they kind of take the reins and direct the team, but they're not the one doing it. Like when Karl Lagerfeld passed, his like main assistant, who really was doing a lot of the work anyway, became the creative director. When a couple years ago, when John Galliano got fired, controversially so, after a drunken rant at a Paris cafe, but they let him go abruptly, and
Yeah.
they basically, the collection was presented by the team. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So like the team of seamstresses, you know what I mean? The team of designers, really, he's the creative director, but every fashion house is a team of designers,
Yeah.
for real. A team of designers and a team of seamstresses. So yeah, it just seems really abrupt, and I don't know. It's
Yeah.
some tea here. It's some tea here.
I'm like 14 years, and you like I listen. His fashions are polarizing, but I feel like he really did take the brand
Oh
to.
yeah, I do too. I actually felt like After a while, I was like, all right, like Olivier's
Yeah.
done his thing, and he had a great run, and it's time for him to do something else. I want to see something else from Balmain. And then he would do something like really cool and original, but
Yeah.
it would be like, I just started feeling like some of the collections weren't very cohesive, and but that's neither here nor there. He was still there. They kept him until just one random day that he just like, nope, not no more.
Yeah.
It just feels, it just
Something's up.
something's up.
Because also for him to have this very abrupt exit when his entrance was so huge, it was
Yeah,
such a big deal. I remember it was a huge big deal about his age and about the fact that he was mixed race. And so
right.
to have such a star that you created
Yeah.
leave like this.
It was a huge deal. He was young. He was 24. He was younger than like any other head of a big house.
Mhm,
He is this mixed race black boy. He's
mhm.
French. He's cute. He's very,
Yeah,
that's really what it was. Like people were like, oh, he's cute. You know what I mean? But then he really, really did have some talent and he
yeah.
really was putting out pieces. And then when you're a creative director, you're not just making the clothes. You really are the creative director. You're the
Mhm.
driving force. So I'm sure it was like his idea to bring in, to do certain advertising. Remember, he did the one with Naomi Campbell, Iman, and Rihanna. Like that
Yeah,
was him. And then he did the like Kardashian Jenners, and that was a big thing. And like he really did have like his ear to like the streets and to the digital age that
yeah.
we were just really really coming in 14 years ago when yeah, I think he did a great job in that. So it is kind of surprising, or usually what they do is a person will say, announce in advance, next season is going to be
Yes,
my last
yeah,
season that I'm working on. You know what I mean? Whether they say what they're going to next, they just say this will be my last season with the house.
yeah,
And they'll, the house will make a statement. They'll make a statement, and it is. But for him to
yeah,
just be like, okay, it's been a good 14 years, I'm out. It's like,
yeah.
you know, I don't
It
know.
was. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I feel like I'm sorry, but I feel like this kind of exit, we might find out something later on down
Yeah,
the
I
line.
think we will. I think we will.
You're like,
Also,
oh, okay.
it is a very peculiar, like it's a weird time because unless he goes out on his own, there's really not a lot of openings in fashion. As I said,
Yeah,
like almost every major house, the designer, it was their first season. Versace new designer, Dior new designer, Balenciaga new designer, Valentino second or third collection new designer, Gucci new designer, Bottega Veneta new designer, Loewe new design. Like everybody just got their jobs, and
yeah,
nobody's giving these jobs.
yeah,
Michael Ryder and Celine, like everybody just got these jobs, and nobody's giving these jobs up. So usually you would just either like have your own house and start your own house, or you would be hired by like a
yeah.
big brand. And it's like, where's he going to go right now? At
Uh,
least in Europe, in European fashion and French fashion.
you know
So
what? Listen, I think a good pivot for him could be being the either the host of a fashion show or a guest judge on, or a judge or a guest judge on a fashion show. I would, if I was him, I would make my way. If there's no other fashion job set up, I would make my way into reality TV. You have the name. You
I
have
mean,
you
I
have
don't listen. You gotta. These are European people. The
mm,
reality TV pivot is a very American mindset. You know what I
okay.
mean? So like, it is. It is. It's just like
Mhm,
when you ain't got no money, when you a little hard up, you can
mhm.
do a reality show. I just don't, and not to say they don't have reality shows in
Yeah.
Europe or in France, they do. I just don't think that like they just take fashion so seriously.
Yeah.
Like they don't want to be a punchline on like Project
Reality.
Runway Paris. They
Yeah.
they just I just don't really see them doing that. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It's like, and I think he's like a real designer. He's also 40 years old. He's
Mhm.
young. He he's into like home decor and stuff like most of the designers are. So I can totally see him doing, interiors and stuff like that. Like I mean, he's not done, but
Yeah.
he's done with Balmain. So
Yeah. He done with my mom.
he's done with Balmain.
Okay, well, that's all that we have to say. What do you guys have to say, Star Fam? Hey, Albugie, how are you? Happy Friday indeed. Eltavita said, hey, Nikki, I've been trying to catch up to the live, but I'm in London, so it's 3 a.m. here. Some of the times, but today it's only 1:30 and perfect. Also, I love how Black women ride for Ola. Amen. Empathy, what's up? Thank you for being here. Hey, Busola, happy Friday indeed. Hey, Nonsense Behavior, what's up, Hannah? Toya Stars in a building. Altavina said, also, that Balmain guy reminds me of the worst time for us, the population and the Kardashians. Yeah, I do remember him hitching his wagon to them. But listen, it worked at the time. The Kardashians were huge. Hey, Deco by Mel, how are you?
I do think it worked at the time.
Yeah, it worked at the time.
At the time, because...
At the time. It's a different season now, child. Eva Ripley said, hey, Arnold.
Hey, girl, hey.
Sarah said, hey, Arnold and Nikki.
Hey.
Sally said, yay, I love the fashion lives. Hey, Arnold.
Hey.
Love like you are. What's up, Arnold?
Oh God, I'm feeling so beloved.
Right? Drewski said, hi, cousin. Out with the family, but had to pop in. Losing Teen Vogue is genuinely a blow to journalism. In the past decade, they did so much to be politically aware and make their audience. You are right.
Okay, so you want to just go right into that?
Let's go right into Teen Vogue. Teen Vogue was actually the one that like started the conversation about this fashion tea live. So first, just to bring everybody in, I'm going to read the Teen Vogue article. Arnold and I are going to get into it, and then we'll hop into the comments. So this is from The Cut. It says Teen Vogue will fold into Vogue.com. One of the last remaining publications dedicated to teens and young adults is undergoing a transformation. Today, Condé Nast announced that Teen Vogue will now live at Vogue.com and that the magazine's editor-in-chief, Vera Sharma, will be stepping down. Chloe Ma, Vogue's new head of editorial content, will oversee the publication in Sharma's place. The move follows last week's news that Vogue Business will officially move under Vogue.com umbrella as well. According to the announcement, Teen Vogue will remain a distinct editorial property with its own identity and mission. The magazine had already ceased printing, releasing a final print issue with Hillary Clinton on the cover in December 2017 before becoming a digital-only publication. During that time and continuing under Sharma's direction, the outlet had shifted its focus towards discussing politics and human rights head on, laying a strong stake in the media landscape as a reliable place for young people to seek out social political coverage. From interviewing Zohan Mamdani on the campaign trail.
Zoran. You Cuomo. You giving Cuomo.
I thought it was Zoran. It's Zoran?
It's Zoran. You said Zahan.
I said Zoran. Leave me alone. Zoran Mamdani on a campaign trail to catching up with Greta Thunberg fresh out of her detention in an Israel prison. I think that's what did it. To breaking down the lessons that Black Lives Matter taught protesters. Teen Vogue has been considered a platform for young progressives inside the glossy confines of Condé Nast. While the company's announcement makes no explicit mention of the future of the outlet's political coverage, Lex McMenon, the magazine's now former politics editor who was laid off yesterday's merge, posted to Blue Sky that to their knowledge, after today, there will be no politics staffers at Teen Vogue. Vogue says we are looking forward to this new chapter in our increasingly fragmented media landscape, making all Vogue, Teen Vogue, and Vogue Business accessible in one place sets up for growth. Molly said in an announcement, noting she grew up reading the teen magazine herself. I loved it then, and I love and respect it now, and I'm committed to continuing and supporting its point of view and sensibility. In a statement from Condé Nast's union, Condé United and its parent union, the News Guild of New York, both groups strongly condemned the merger, a move they believe is clearly designed to blunt the award-winning magazine's insightful journalism at a time when it's needed the most. The letter also noted that 6 staffers were laid off, most of whom are BIPOC women or trans. In the days following the magazine's consolidation, Semaphor's media writer Max Tani reported that four Condé Nast employees, including from the New Yorker, Wired, and Bon Appetit, were fired after confronting the head of human resources, Stan Duncan. I think we all saw that viral video over the decision to fold Teen Vogue into Vogue recent cuts. A group of over a dozen Condé Nast employees have reportedly gathered outside of Duncan's office, asking questions about Teen Vogue news. In response, Condé Nast reportedly filed a charge with the National Labor Relations Board against the News Guild of New York, accusing the union of repeated and egregious disregard for our collective bargaining agreement. The union fired back in a statement, calling the firing a flagrant breach of the just cause terms of their contract and a violation of the former employees' federally protected rights as union members to participate in a collective action. The memo also noted that one of the terminated employees was a White House reporter covering Trump's term. So it's a little crazy over there, child.
It's a little crazy.
Before we get into it, I will say this, Star Family. Everything is political. Arnold?
Listen, everything is political. I know we talk about it. Everything. You see, I had to roll my sleeves. Like, everything is political. I want to say this is like, even reading Chloe's statements, it's like the biggest crock of bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, it's the most bullshit PR statement.
Mm-hmm.
There's no logical reason at all from a business standpoint. Like, there's no reason to do this. First of all, if we can be completely honest, journalism is struggling right now. People do not read magazines. People do not read print magazines the way that they used to, the way that they did growing up. And as you said earlier, there really are no teen magazines anymore. I think of when we were kids, when we were teenagers and young adults, we had 17, YM, Teen People, like, there were young people's fashion magazines. There were young people's, like, just celebrity pop culture magazines. Teen Vogue really was like the last one standing, filling that void. And Teen Vogue really was speaking to its readers. You know what I mean? Like, young women and girls who were interested in celebrities, who were interested in Zendaya, who were interested in fashion, who were interested in politics, who were online, who were, you know what I mean? It really, really, and the staff represented that. It wasn't all for wealthy white teens. It was the staff, like, all the staff were Black women, trans people, South Asian, you know what I mean? Like, it just was it felt very much like today's teens, people who are in, your friend group that you would have in college, you know what I mean? And it did get very political. It wasn't a political magazine, but it talked about stuff that teenagers are talking about in their group chat. For them to be folded into Vogue this way is so bad for a number of reasons. Number one is because Vogue sucks. Vogue itself is not popular anymore. Nobody is checking for Vogue. I don't know if you saw the latest cover of Vogue magazine that came out yesterday with Timothée Chalamet.
Oh, no.
The entire internet is roasting them because it is so bad.
Oh, now you say it, I got to bring it up. Keep on going.
Just look at the cover. It is so bad. Nobody's reading Vogue. They finally got rid of Anna Wintour, who, listen, respect to Anna, of course. She's a queen in fashion. She's also in her 70s. Why are you still holding on to this magazine? Your vision is not the vision of the Vogue reader anymore. Awful.
Oh,
you see how you gasped? It's like it's Photoshop.
Oh, MG, child.
It's Photoshop. It's all horrible. So, like, I think, like, Vogue readers and Teen Vogue readers are not the same. So you're not even going to get the readership that you had checking for this now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It also seems very meticulous and quite frankly suspicious that all the people who were let go were people of color and
Yeah.
the one trans person.
Yeah.
Like of all the people, y'all let all of them go. Very much like what happened at CBS News, even
Yep.
though you know what happened at oh my God, so awful. So
This
awful.
does not look real.
It doesn't look real.
And I would never think that this would be a Vogue cover.
Also, why is Timothy Chalamet on the cover of Vogue? I mean, it's a women's fashion magazine.
Yeah.
Like, put
Yeah.
like,
And why did they Photoshop him so terribly?
the styling is bad, the Photoshop is bad, the
The
clothes are
lighting is bad.
the lighting is bad. Like, what is happening? This is another thing. Their dedication to Annie Leibovitz. She
Yeah.
can't do no more covers. How many controversies do y'all have to have? She cannot do. Legendary photographer.
Mm-hmm.
No more.
Yeah.
No more. I don't know what the contract is. No
Yeah. Let,
more.
let
First of
Annie go.
all, she should have left when Anna left. Oh, y'all just keep. I mean, when Anna left.
I
Anna,
agree. I agree. I agree.
like, what is happening? It's just not good. And Annie Leibovitz, 70-something-year-old white woman who's been doing. The eye's not there.
Yeah.
The eye's not there. And I honestly don't think people who work in fashion aspire to work at Vogue anymore. It's just not the pinnacle of fashion anymore. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? People who worked in journalism aspired to work for Teen Vogue because Teen Vogue had a voice. Teen Vogue goes viral. Teen Vogue actually is doing really, really good journalism. It's not just all pretty pictures and stuff like that. So I think that like they're in a tough position. They have shareholders, they want to make money. But what they really do is they consolidate money.
Yeah.
And so they're doing changes at Vogue. And honestly, you know, from a business standpoint, Vogue is the the MVP.
Yeah.
Vogue is the MVP, but Vogue is just not anymore. Traditionally, it has been. So y'all folding it into just digital part of Vogue.com, I think is a real mistake and people were reading it because of the writers who were there, because of the editor in chief who was there.
Yeah.
If you get rid of all the writers and you get rid of the editor in chief, and then you fold it into a flailing brand, you're going to lose all the momentum that Teen Vogue had. Yeah. I actually would have preferred, I didn't want this, but I would have preferred if they were just like, Teen Vogue is no more, if they just shuttered it.
Yeah.
Because it effectively does that. So y'all keeping it, y'all just folding it in here, and y'all just fired everybody who works on it. So y'all not going to do politics. You're not going to have a black girl on the team. You're not going to have a woman of color on the team. Mm-hmm. And now it's a brand under the oversight of Chloe Ma, who, you know, cute millennial girl, but she's a privileged white girl who is still under the oversight of Anna Wintour. Like, get the fuck out of here.
In this job market, she's not going to rock the boat.
She's not going to rock the boat. It is politically great. You know what I mean? Do you think that Vogue is going to talk about the elections this week?
No.
Do you think Vogue is going to talk about Zohran Mamdani? Vogue did surprise me and do a very good article. And I'm not saying that Vogue is a bad publication, because Vogue does get into politics and always did. They always did a thing with, you know, whoever was the first lady, and they covered their fashion. And I respect Vogue for that. They did do a very, very good little piece on Zohran's wife, and, you know, what she wore, you know, the night he won, and like, you know, like just guessing what she's going to wear in her tenure. And I did like that, but it just seems so suspicious that y'all got rid of this, that could really deep dive, that really was critical of, I'm not even going to say critical of Israel, really spoke about the genocide in Gaza, you know what I mean? Really spoke about socio-political issues that impacted teens and college people. You know what I mean? They're going to do it. Vogue will do it, but it's always going to be like, oh, what is she wearing? You know what I mean? Which I'm not mad at. It's a fashion magazine, but I think that like teens today are like, okay, she look cute, but who is she? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's like a little bit of the disconnect. Vogue is going to cover anybody if they wear something interesting. Teen Vogue is actually like holding you a little bit accountable, you know.
Yeah. What I will say about this is I remember when Teen Vogue hit the scene, and it was groundbreaking. It
Yeah,
launched the careers of a lot of female journalists, and really put a lot of them on the map. It was huge, and it
yeah,
still remained such an informative, unbiased magazine for young people, and it was
yeah.
still doing very well even when it went to just digital. So when I heard about this, I was not surprised, because it's been happening in the entertainment industry, where we have a lot of studios firing people of color, firing women, making their spaces very white, very male. And I think this is all coming from the movement that happened with Black Lives Matter and the murder of George Floyd in 2020, where so many of these companies promise, because this is the thing, companies are returning to what they look like before 2020.
Right.
So what's happening now is they're like, well, since we're under Trump's leadership, we don't have to be performative anymore. We don't have to act like we want diversity. We don't
Yes.
have we don't have to diversify our workplace. So let's fire all of the people of color. Let's fire all of the LGBTQ people. Let's fire all of the women. And even if there's some kind of legal case that comes from it, we are going to be protected because of the leadership that
Right.
this nation is under.
It's
However, I don't think that a lot of them expected this blue wave. I don't think a lot of them expected for the pendulum to swing back so fast. Now, I think a lot of these companies that removed all of the DEI hires, all the diversity, I think they're all sweating right now and
yeah.
trying to figure out how to fix this, because since the pendulum is swinging back, and it's swinging back really, really fast, a lot of people are going to be sued.
It's also such a choice. None of this has to happen. It's such a choice. I've been saying this on my personal social media. Like, if you, there is leadership. There, we have president. We have the president. We have leaders in politics. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's the people's choice. It's a company's choice whether if you have somebody like the president who is racist, who is misogynist. He's not telling you have to do anything. There's nothing saying you have to fire all the black people. They just kind of did it.
Mhm.
He's not saying you have to fire the women, or we don't want women in power. They just kind of are taking it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's very much like a choice to acquiesce to like a shift in culture that you
Yeah.
really didn't have to do. You know what I mean? Even people choosing to be, kind of openly racist just because they know they can get away with it. No
Yeah.
one's forcing you to, no one's telling you that you have to, but you're going to say certain things online because you think that you're not going to get like a certain
Yeah.
level of backlash anymore the way that you thought you were a year ago, 5 years ago, whatever. And it's very much like a choice. Like, who are you? Like, what is the identity of Condé Nast? What is the identity of CBS? To be honest, like, even I don't believe in corporate mergers anyway. I don't know any brand that got better when a big giant corporation or conglomerate bought them. I don't know a single one that got better. They just kind of, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Well, yeah. Also, fascism is not coming back. Fascism is here, but fascism also never works. Never has never worked. So I personally don't think that it is. It's very temporary. I don't think that these are good business moves to do
Yeah.
this, because look at Target. Look at what happened to ABC. People are responding in kind to these very conscious choices that these companies made.
Mhm.
Nobody said you had to get rid of DEI programs. They
Mhm.
just did it because they didn't want negative. You know what I mean? They
Mhm.
just did it, but nobody had to do it. You could have been Costco.
Yeah.
Costco's like, no, and no one's making us, and that just is what it is.
Yep.
Plenty of companies kept it, you know what I mean? So I think the companies just don't have a backbone. And I just think that this is a bad, I think it's a bad move for PR.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually a bad business move. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, journalism is struggling everywhere.
Hmm.
Politics aside, journalism is struggling everywhere. Newsrooms are shrinking. The budgets are getting smaller.
Hmm.
If you have something like Teen Vogue that was making y'all money, getting y'all views, getting y'all, because it's really just about advertising. You know what I mean? Like, that's all these fashion magazines are, advertising. Um, you're advertising and viewership. No one's going to be checking, and I'm not a teen. No one's checking for a Teen Vogue. Actually, I know a lot of adults who were reading Teen Vogue
Hmm.
because it was just good journalism.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a bad move. But I think it's really, really sad. I think it's really, really sad for the industry. I think it's really, really sad for all those amazing journalists who were in that newsroom. Because again, it's a choice. Y'all could have folded into Vogue and kept the same staff. It would
Yep.
just be another link on the page. I feel like
Hmm.
that was very decisive. And again, I don't blame Chloe,
Yep.
but Chloe's a part of it, but it's
Hmm.
not Chloe's choice. I know it's not. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's a terrible PR move, but again, the people who are making these decisions think that we are in this time of basically like where fascism is here to stay. This is what it is. We have a dictator. This and so whatever, however the temperature of the nation is, we're just going
Right.
to kowtow to that. We're not going to stand on anything, but we see that things are going this way, so we're going to go this way. And what we are doing is we are making our magazine very male, very white to appeal to the current leadership.
And I
And
get that, but you don't appeal to the current leadership. You appeal to the people who are bringing you money. And the money, Vogue, Team Vogue is not very male, not very white,
well,
not
see, this
very
is the
Republican.
thing, and this is why rich people should not be in positions of leadership. You
Yeah.
need somebody from a working class community who knows what the working class want, because those
Yeah.
are the people who are buying these magazines because they aspire to these things. But
Yeah.
rich people are now making decisions, and it's just like you don't know your customer.
Yeah.
You
You
don't
don't know your
know
customer.
the market. You think that your customer is so dumb that whatever you decide that is hot or popular, or whatever decision that you make, that everybody is going to follow. Like
Right.
this is clearly the decision of a very wealthy person who wants to be in the good graces of Trump because they
Right.
probably want to do some mergers and they probably want to have some deals set up, and they're going to need for him to approve it. Same thing happened with CBS.
Which is
Same thing
actually
happened with
awful
ABC.
too. I just think this. I just think that's awful too because like, why did y'all even sell CVS? You know what I mean? Why do y'all? That's another thing. Y'all don't have to sell these companies. Y'all do not have to sell these companies. Yeah, I get it. Money is the root of all evil. Y'all didn't have CBS didn't have to be sold.
No.
CBS did not have to be sold. You know what I mean? It was what it was. Y'all have y'all viewership. Y'all can produce the shows like y'all want. Skydance or whatever did not have to buy CBS for any reason. And y'all didn't have to sell it to them. Just because somebody offered
Yeah.
you money does not mean that you had to sell it if you care about the integrity of your product. And I
Yeah.
will say about Vogue, Anna Wintour is a wealthy woman, but she's also like a liberal wealthy woman.
Mhm.
But in Vogue is an aspirational magazine. You know what I mean? Like it is rich people stuff. The
Mhm.
clothes are very expensive. Couture is very, very expensive. They talk about vacations. The when it comes to like the home stuff, like these are mansions and these are Upper East Side triplexes and stuff like that. So it is aspirational. It's not working class, but it
Mhm.
still was relatable because like it's for the people who are either living that or aspiring to that.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Teen Vogue is not the same. You know what I mean? It is Teen Vogue. So like while it is aspirational, like these are it's still showing girls clothes that they can go out and buy. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And it's just about so I think the missions are different. And
Hmm.
I agree it cannot be centered around rich Republican male white because that's just not the people who are
The
reading Vogue.
audience.
That's not the people who are buying Vogue. These are women with money and women with means. And
Hmm.
that woman is not just a white woman in Connecticut
Yeah.
anymore. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I just think that I just think that it's a bad move because at the end of the day, the people who made it a success are gone. So, like, how do y'all plan on keeping it a success?
Hmm. Well, see, that's the thing. I think it's the removal, because it's a removal. Like Teen
It's a
Vogue,
removal.
yeah, like the politics is just going to be them showing Sydney Sweeney, and some blonde influencer
Yeah.
and terrible fashions, right? Like they are not going to talk politics anymore. We know that, and especially with the unions fighting, we know that this magazine is a
Yeah,
civil.
now the unions are involved, and it's
Yeah,
just going to be a mess. And so, not only are people not going to read it because of the content that you're
yeah,
either going to be producing, but more likely the content that's going to be missing. Now you have a PR nightmare because people see that y'all fired all the black people,
yeah.
they see y'all fired all the BIPOC people, and they see that y'all doing dirty business actually. Because
Mhm.
when people from a union go respectfully and speak to HR,
Yep.
you know, now it's like, oh, now it's fuck y'all. First, it's like, oh, I don't really like the direction. When I like buy some clothes, I'm not really like feeling this collection. I'm not like, fucking with it this season. I'll be back next season. Now you're gonna have people be like, I'm never reading it again. You know what I mean? It's very easy to be like, oh, I didn't like this article, I didn't like this issue, I didn't like this, to be like, I just will never purchase this magazine again.
Mhm.
I'm deleting my subscription. I'm canceling my subscription to Vogue.com over what they did to Teen Vogue. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Well,
and
I think honestly, Vogue could just be done, because if this is where they're going with that terrible cover, the closing of Teen Vogue, the leadership is just wonky over there. I don't know how long it's going to be able to survive, especially with a lot of things in this economy under this administration not being able to survive.
Vogue is done.
Yes.
Vogue is done. Like Vogue is done. Like I'm sorry. Like we just I cannot remember. Actually, I can remember the last issue of Vogue I actually was interested in. It was, I think, from 2023, and it's the issue with all the supermodels. So like Linda Evangelista, Naomi Campbell, Cindy Crawford, like all the
Yeah.
big girls. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
When they did that, they're on the cover, and I have the magazine and it sits on my nightstand, and I didn't even read it. Like I think I might have read that article, but yes, it is on a ventilator. People are just not interested anymore. They don't have models on the cover anymore. They are not talking about anything interesting. They are not relatable. People do not like visually, people do not like the covers. People are not impressed with like the spreads. And it's so sad because international Vogues
Eat.
are
Eat
killing it. Vogue China, every cover
every
is a
time.
work of art. Like
Vogue South Africa.
South Africa,
Woo!
um, Italy never fell off. And
Never.
Italy, Vogue Italia is an interesting one because almost exclusively, I think exclusively the covers are shot by Steven Meisel, and they have the same like it's not exclusively Annie Leibovitz, but Steven ain't missing. Annie's missing. So it's incentive to keep Steven. The
Hmm.
incentive is out the door. And how many issues do people have to be like, y'all gotta stop letting Annie Leibovitz she's bad at lighting. Simone
Yeah.
Biles looked a mess. Viola Davis. And when people are like, she just can't shoot black people, and there's no implication on her, it's just like she just
Well, she
maybe
can't shoot white people either because Timothy looked
she
a
can't
mess.
shoot white people either. It's like she just, and she's done some legendary, beautiful spreads, but
Yes.
it's like she fell off, and they keep sticking with her. So I mean, and I feel badly for Chloe Mile to an extent. You know what I mean? She's been responsible for Vogue.com. She did get that up and running, but like, it's just she's riding a dead horse.
Yeah.
So, but you know,
It's listen, I don't know. Let's talk about this. What do you think they could do? Because I hope they don't do this thing where they see themselves dying and then they throw like a black fashion editor up there and be like, "Oh, look at this," and to try to save it. I hope they don't do that because I don't think that's going to work anymore. What do you suggest?
so they do have. So when we talk about Vogue, I'm specifically talking about American Vogue because they do
Yeah,
have
yeah,
black women.
yeah.
I think the editor in chief of British Vogue is black, right? As a black woman
Yeah, yeah,
right
yeah.
now, and before that, it was Edward Enninful. And so there are black people in these spaces, and they do like intertwine a little bit. Like they do the Vogue podcast, you know, with a black woman on there. So there are black voices there, but rarely are they American. They're British or like European black women, which is, you know, no shade to them, wonderful. But I don't know, diversifying isn't enough. They have to change they have to change the vision of the publication. They have to inject new blood into the publication. I'm sorry, love her, legendary work. Anna Wintour cannot oversee Chloe Mile as editor in chief. Because at the end of the day, it still is what Anna wants, Anna gets. And the whole point of getting a new editor in chief is for it to be their vision, not their vision under someone else's supervision. Also, let the creatives do what the creatives are going to do. I think that's a big problem in media. How you said, oh, rich people are making the decisions. No, you run the business, you
Yes.
write the paychecks, you collect the revenue, but let me do what I'm going to do creatively. The
Yeah.
head of the company should not really be interfering in unless it's like a problem and you got to like fire somebody. But you know what I mean? The head of the company should not be telling you what articles to write and you know and how to edit and all of
Yeah.
this. You know what I mean? Like that's just not a thing. That's the problem that people are like, okay, I'm not fucking with CBS. Do not watch CBS, y'all, and do not watch CBS News. I don't know anyone under 60 who does, but you know, I just want to tell your viewers because the people who are running CBS now and CBS News are fascists. You know what I
Yes.
mean? They want it to be like state run media.
Yeah.
The interview that they just did on 60 Minutes, and it's so sad because 60 Minutes is like the pinnacle of journalism to me, that they just did where they chopped and screwed this interview with Trump to make him look a little better is heinous. It's horrific. The girl who they are bringing, the woman who
Barry Weiss.
Barry Weiss, who's the new editor in chief of CBS News. First of all, that's not even a title. Like, what are you? She's the editor in chief of CBS News. She's never run a newsroom. She is like a rampant Zionist lesbian who is. I just think that she's not a principled person. She
Yeah.
really will do whatever the big boss with the big money tells her to. I was so disgusted to see her speaking to a room full of Republicans and saying, I know you guys like don't agree with my marriage, but we can all agree that we want lower taxes. You know what I mean? Like a married lesbian. She's Jewish, very, very Zionist, very, very like pro-Israel, very like you know, like kind of Islamophobic slop. And it's just like when y'all do this, this is not how media works. There's
Yeah.
always been a head, there's always been someone writing the checks, but they are not interfering with the creative process. So I think that Chloe's going to have a hard time because like the people at Condé Nast, who knows what their motivations are now. Like And Anna Wintour gotta go. So they gotta improve it. This is what they can do to make things better. Annie Leibovitz, no. New photographers,
Yeah.
young photographers.
Hmm.
I'm not even going to slam the journalists because I think they are writing good
The
fashion journalism.
journalists are great. The journalists are great.
They're writing good fashion journalism. They have to have people who know the pulse. You want to be like in with the people on the Upper East Side, but you also want to be with the people in, Williamsburg and the people
Yeah.
in Bushwick and
You
stuff like
want everybody's
you
dollar.
want everybody. You're not trying to alienate people. You know what I mean? It's a New York City magazine. Y'all need to be all over the Zoran thing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It you just need people who are about the pulse. But since we do live in digital, the digital has to improve. They're having this is the worst week for them. The cover, every fashion person that I know and follow has been slamming the shit out of that cover. It's so
Mhm.
bad. And this is happening the same week as the Teen Vogue thing. So they not doing very good. They need something to happen. You need
Well,
to be on Rama's top.
here's the thing. They need something to happen, but I think what's going to happen is that everything's going to have to be burnt down and something new is just going to be built
Yeah,
because the problem is the old guard wants the old America to reign or the old times to reign, and it's just not going to happen.
it's just not gonna
It's
happen.
not when I think they all got a bit of hope with the election of Trump, but it's like as quickly as he's bulldozing through, the Constitution, it's a wave trying to put it back together or start something new. So I think what's going to happen with a lot of these companies that they're going to burn themselves to the ground, and thankfully something new from somebody else, somebody fresh is going to be able to birth. I think this is
Let
going to be the
let
season
them
of a
burn.
lot of nobodies
Let
getting an
them
audience.
burn.
Yeah,
Like
burn.
I hope Target goes out of business. I hope a lot of these companies go out of business. You hitched your wagon to the wrong cart and you're done. This is not what people want. This is not what the American people want.
Yep.
Um, this is not what and more importantly, this is not what your consumers want. And
No.
y'all are doing stuff to appease one person, but pissing off millions of people. And those people bring you money. This is why I really, really tell people, I really urge people, and people think that I be going on rants, and I do. I'm king political rant. But it's not really a political rant if I just tell people spend your money wisely.
Yeah.
You don't have to make a stand. You don't have to make a statement. You don't have to go on Instagram and Facebook and stuff shit like I do. But if you just say, I'm not really cool with my money going toward this cause. I'm not cool with my money going to this business because this business or this company uses my money to fund this, to do this. I'm not going to shop at Amazon because I don't want my money to go to this. I'm not going to hand $1 off to someone who was going to hand $1 off to Trump, to a genocide,
Mhm.
to a racist, to a AI farm that's destroying a community. You know what I mean? Like that's the simplest thing you can do. I'm
Yeah.
not going to give my money anymore to Condé Nast because I don't like the way Condé Nast treats its employees. I don't
Yeah.
like the vision of Condé Nast. You know what I mean? I think it's really just as simple as that. And I think the people who read Teen Vogue are on that type time. The people who read Vogue are on that type time. The people who read Vogue are fashion people. And
Yeah.
if the fashion is bad, why am I reading this? I would get, if I went to a store today, I would, because it's the only one I can read, I would pick up British Vogue before I would take American Vogue. Also, have you bought a print magazine lately?
I honestly buy coffee table books, but that's it.
Coffee table books.
Yeah.
I will buy a coffee. They listen. They are too expensive for them not to be given the goods. I remember when a
I was
Vogue
looking,
was
I think I was looking at a like a Oh, Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart. No, not Martha Stewart. Martha something living. It's a new magazine. And I was looking to get it for like the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $15.
Yeah.
When were they $15?
When were they
I said, oh, I'll look
$15?
through it while I'm in line and I'll put it back. Because baby, I'm not buying that.
When were they $15?
Crazy.
Even when we used to get, because like I am an old school like fashion queen in that way. I have a lot of fashion magazines that I can't read, never read, because you could get the foreign ones, but the editorials were so pretty. And back
Yes.
in the
Yes.
day, you
Yes.
they're imported. So like I really was buying like Italian Vogue and French Vogue. And at the time I think they were like $8 in America because American Vogue was like $3.
Yeah.
Now they're like 10, $15. And it's like for one issue. And it don't be the September or March issue because those
And
are
it
the
be full of ads.
full of ads. Full of ads.
Mm-mm.
But I love a paper magazine. I
Yeah, me
love a
too.
magazine on a coffee table. I love, at the doctor's office. My
Yes.
boss got like he gets Philadelphia magazine and he has them in his office. Any chance I can sneak in there, I'm like taking it, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I love that you get these mailed here. And like they add to the decor. You can
Yeah.
sit there and read. Like I love that. And so I hate that journalism is going through this, but like it's decisions like this that make people not want to read these magazines. So
Yeah.
what I will say is I sincerely hope that the young women and the young people who worked at Teen Vogue, because they were all like 27 years old. Like the editor in chief is like 29. Like one of the other editors, Ayana, she's 27. Like they're all really young people. I really hope that they can, and they all put out the most beautiful, sad statements talking about them
Yeah.
being laid off, talking about the amazing work they did.
Well, some were just celebrating getting hired.
Some were
How
just
were you hiring people if you knew you were going to close the
Yeah.
division?
So I really hope with the talent they have.
He's coming back, y'all. You're frozen, Arnold.
Oh, yeah. I really hope
Oh, wait. You froze again.
that they can start anew.
Mm-hmm.
We buffering? Okay.
Okay, you're back.
Okay.
But we heard you. You said,
Okay.
I really hope they can start anew.
Yeah.
I think, I honestly, Arnold, I hate that this is happening, but I am so excited for creatives because I'm just like, this is the time. People are, first of all, the America is sick of the rich. They're sick of being told what to do. Everybody is being so pressed. And I'm like, this is the time for the creatives. I know, I know those people over there at Teen Vogue who got fired. I know y'all pissed. Give yourself a weekend to cry. But I need y'all to get up, work together, and get boots on the ground. Because I was watching this interview with Don Lemon, and he was just like, getting fired from CNN was the best thing that happened to him. Because he said he feels free. The type of journalism stuff that he does, he really loves it. He gets to connect with the people. He's doing so well because he just started his own thing, and
I think Joy Reid feels the same way.
Me too. Like I really like watching him, and I'm just like, this is a time for you guys. Like, don't look at this as a bad thing. Look at this as it had to get this bad, so that you could rise to the top.
Yeah.
I really think that this is the season for those who have been overlooked. I think that this is your time to shine. Get out there, be a resource for the people.
And you can say what you want without it reflecting on like your magazine. You know what I mean? Like when you are a big person, because a lot of stuff was happening, if you work for TV and if you work in the public sphere, your Instagram, your social media is not really your own. You know what I mean? Even if it is your own. Mm-hmm. Certain things you say, you can't be too critical of things because then people be like, oh, this editor at Teen Vogue, blah, 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 blah. And then, they be trying to fire you for PR, stuff like that. So like, if I don't work for nobody, I don't have to answer to nobody. I'm saying what I want to say. And then when I'm the one who's running things, then I determine what people can and can't say.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
forging your own path and allowing those who want it to just have direct access to it. You
Yeah.
don't have to go through these magazines or companies or studios. Where the people want it, they can get it right away
Yeah.
without it being filtered by out of touch people.
But
Think this.
also stop selling y'all shit to rich
Yes,
people.
yes, yes.
Stop selling y'all shit to rich people. And I do not know why every mega billionaire has an agenda right now. It is the weirdest thing. Why are y'all all corrupted? Because there's
Mm-hmm,
no reason for you, Larry Ellison, to want to buy these TV companies. Why did the people who, Larry Ellison and Jeff Yaz, what do y'all want TikTok for? Y'all are
mm-hmm,
80-year-old white men. What do
mm-hmm.
y'all want? You know what I mean? Like, y'all are either trying to get money from it, which in
Yeah.
itself, y'all are multi-billionaires. How much more do y'all need? Or what ulterior motive? Because there's always an ulterior motive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They want to control the masses. They want to control the
Yeah.
narrative. Just be rich. And I get it. I get the allure. Some billionaire offers you $10 billion for this company that you put all your blood, sweat, and tears into. So that is your livelihood as well. But unless you want to see what you created turn into something that you would have hated, don't do it, please.
Yeah.
Or at least research the people you sell into. I don't know if
Exactly.
there are any real ethical billionaires out there. Mackenzie Scott, Melinda
Yeah.
Gates.
Well,
Um,
this is the thing. I think McKinsey for me is like one of the only ones because she's not trying to be a billion. She just keeps on making money. She
yeah,
gives so much of it away, but then she makes so much more. So she's just like she's giving it all away. So she's a billionaire technically, but if it was up to her, she wouldn't be because she
she's
gives
also so
away.
meticulous in the way that she gives her money away. Is Vogue going to talk about this?
No,
Vogue will talk about her as this is a perfect analogy. Vogue will talk about her as a philanthropist because that's what Vogue does. They talk about rich women and philanthropy. Teen Vogue will talk about her giving money specifically to HBCUs and why she gives this money to HBCU. Do you know why she gives money to HBCUs?
no, fill me in.
Because Toni Morrison was her professor
That
at
okay. Thank you
Princeton.
for bringing
Yes.
that up. I was going to say that. I was like, she's a student of Toni Morrison.
She's a student. She's a student. She was a student of Toni Morrison at Princeton. Just loved her so much. Toni mentored her, whatever. And Toni went to Howard. And white people don't be knowing about HBCUs.
Mm.
I think that's probably like where she was like, oh, what? Okay. And when I tell you she gives money to the small ones, Prairie View and this state, like she gives money to ones that I don't even know about. So
Yep.
I love the way that she gives her money away.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think philanthropy is important, and it is appalling to me that the wealthy, the ultra wealthy people now give, they would rather buy things that are going to benefit them in some way as opposed to donating or giving money to things that, you know, help the public, the greater good. A
Yeah.
library, a museum, um, a
Well,
public
Arnold,
space.
they're just not. We got to be honest. They're not good people.
They're not good
That's all
people.
it is. They're just not good. We wish
They're
that
not
they
good
were
people.
all like Mackenzie Scott. Like
Yeah.
they're just not good
They're just
people.
not good
And
people.
the people who they are harming, the 99% need to come together. Like if we all just collectively, because Target is still in business, because there are a lot of people who are still shopping there. But if we all just pick a company a week and stop
Yeah.
shopping there, that company goes under.
Yeah.
If we all collectively, the 99% of Americans come together and said, this week we're going to bankrupt Target. Next week it's Walmart. If they just stop, they just, took their resources away
Yeah.
and didn't shop at one store collectively for 1 week, it will be done. Like the people have the power. And I think what's happening with these billionaires, like you said, with Larry Ellison, why they're buying up everything is because we have an administration that is okaying all of the mergers.
Yeah.
A lot of them voted for him and put money into Trump's campaign because there's a lot of mergers and a lot of things that they wanted to buy, companies that they wanted to buy up and absorb. But under Biden, they could not do that.
Yeah.
So they rallied behind a guy that they knew would make them richer, but in a sense, it's making them less money because now the people are seeing how they're operating. Like you're making them,
people are seeing how they're operating.
Yeah, you're making this move in front of all of us. So we're seeing how you are operating, and now it's like,
and it's also so messed up because it's like y'all don't need. My thing is, like you do things to make you money, and I'm not excusing anybody. Like even billionaires, we about to get into murky water. Even billionaires that I like, y'all business moves. This is not ethical, and you don't need to do this. Like even, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. Venus and her husband. I mean, not Venus. Serena and her husband, they have like a no, it's him. I don't know how do you describe it? Like a medical prescription thing, you know what I mean? Like you can buy your medicines from them and you don't have to get it prescribed by a doctor. And like there's some ethical objections about that. It's legal and stuff, but it's also like, do y'all need to be doing this? Like do you need to be doing like this new business venture? Jay-Z and Beyonce too.
I knew it was coming. I was just waiting.
Jay-Z and Beyonce too. I'm sorry.
Beyonce, get behind me. I can't take Basquiat, but Beyonce, get behind
me. Listen, I'm not bashing, but
no. I'm just joking.
Operate in a space where it is about like new opportunities to make money, new opportunities to make money, new opportunities to make money. You know what I mean? Like I know there was a lot of talk about them sitting at that table with the Kushners that day. And
wasn't a good look. Wasn't a
good look. And because the organization was like Jay-Z, so it's like Jay-Z, you knew he was going to be there. Yes, you always are going to be. You're always going to be in rooms with people who you do not agree with, who you do not like, who you do not have any dealings with. You know, you're just in the rooms with them because like that's your caliber. But it gets kind of tricky. Also, speaking of the wealthiest man in Pennsylvania, he just poured millions and millions of dollars into our local election, our statewide Supreme Court election, because he wants to swing the Supreme Court conservative because he knows that a conservative court will ultimately approve his major plot to privatize Pennsylvania schools so that he can make more money off of destroying public schools and making every school for profit. So this man who is worth like $60 billion or something like that can make even more money. And you know who was helping him do that? Jay-Z. And I don't for the life of me know why he was really pushing this school choice thing, because it's like, what do you have to do with schools in Philadelphia, Jay-Z? Yeah. You're not from here, you don't live here, whatever. I think it was just a money-making opportunity for him.
Mm-hmm. And listen, I honestly get it. I honestly get, you know, you see, you get into a certain tax bracket and you're making these relationships and you see other ways of making money and really setting yourself and your family up for generations. I get it. But I feel like if your talent is creativity and art, just stay there, because it gets to a point where the audience that loved you for your raw, authentic creativity that spoke to them are now looking at some choices that you're making and being like, why would the person who sang this song or who wrote this song or who said this at their acceptance speech put money into this thing that is the same community that they said that they're rocking for? It's
but also weird. At the end of the day, how much more money do you need?
Yes.
How much more money do you need? If you're worth $60 billion, if you're worth $10 billion, if you're worth $1 billion, how many businesses are you gonna how many businesses are you gonna start? How many ventures are you going to be into? Like, how much money
Do
what are
you
you
need?
doing with this money? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, how many companies do you need to own? If
Mhm.
you are one of the wealthiest people on the planet, why are you buying this to make more money? Why are you starting this to make more money? Why are you doing
You
this?
can pull a Mackenzie Scott. That woman gives away so much money. She makes more than she ever had.
Do you watch Loot? Do you watch Loot?
No, I haven't seen Luke.
Loot is basically about like a Mackenzie Scott almost. Like it is
Okay.
Maya Rudolph. She got like $100 billion or something in a divorce settlement, and she has dedicated herself to giving away all of her money. But it's just like hard to get. You can't give away that much money. But she also is not actively trying to make more money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a ridiculous thing. And I know some people are going to be like, oh well, why not make more money if you can make more money? It's just like, well, why do I need to make more money? And why do I need to harm people to make
Yeah.
more money?
You know what?
I need to make more money. Okay,
Yes, right?
I need
I
to
need to
make more
make more
money.
money. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say something really dark, and I just have to be honest with you here. Um, because somebody in the chat mentioned old money. And I think we as people, especially Black Americans, we don't realize that a lot of billionaires that we have here in America and abroad, their billions came from human trafficking. And the humans that they were trafficking were us. So I think what happens with a lot of these billionaires is they see how successful the old money billionaires are and how successful America has been because of human trafficking. So they want that kind of they want to have old money. They're not happy with like the current. They want to have that kind of old money. So they start participating in money making schemes that will essentially become human trafficking because
Oh,
when um when you are infiltrating the media and creating a narrative and making people believe and think one thing and then investing your money another way, you're trafficking, especially with the black community, especially with the black community, you're trafficking our trauma
yeah.
and profiting off it in that way, and then taking that money that you profit from and putting it into people who destabilize us and continue to traumatize us. So you're keeping us in this trauma plantation while making money off of us, but then saying that you are one of us and you understand.
It's just, I mean, not, you're right, but
Mhm.
not just trafficking. They're just, quite frankly, there is no ethical
Yeah.
way to have this much money. And that goes back to like, John D. Rockefeller, who's probably like the first modern billionaire. You know what I mean? He was, that goes back to the robber barons. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
none of those people were good people back in their day in the Gilded Age. None of them were good people. They all exploited people. They all harmed
Mhm.
people. They all caused environmental damage. They all had horrendous working conditions for these railroads, for oil, for iron, for all these ways that these people and their old money now, like we're dealing with like their grandkids and stuff like that,
Yeah.
they weren't making that money ethical. They were doing essentially slave, if not slave
Yeah.
labor. They were doing slave labor. They were exploiting people. They weren't. It's a myth, and I hate when people who are not billionaires say that if you work hard, there you can't work hard enough. You know what I
Care.
mean?
You
And
care.
most of these people, um, became billionaires because they had $100 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's easy, but
Mhm.
you get there a little faster if you got a head start, and that's just what it
Yeah.
is. You know what I
Very
mean?
true.
And there
That
are
investment helps.
amazing self-made billionaires and self-made
And
multimillionaires, and
they
I'm
also are able to become billionaires because they were already very rich. They started off with this money, and what they did and what they continue to do, and that's why I'm so glad that you said stop selling, is they buy or steal ideas and
yeah,
inventions inventions from poor people, from poor and working class people.
Yes.
And stop selling. So many inventions that our people have created, we don't own.
Right.
Because it's all been stolen or we've sold it. And it's like, stop selling, please.
Like, why does Mark Zuckerberg own Instagram? Instagram was its own thing. Why does this person own this? This was its own thing. Instagram didn't get better when Mark Zuckerberg bought it.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, none of these bring it. Like, Whole Foods didn't get better when what's fucking Amazon's name? What's his name? Bezos, when Jeff Bezos bought it. The Washington Post didn't get better when Jeff Bezos bought it. Like,
but they do that so they can control the people.
Right.
That's what it is. Like, if Bezos or Bezos, whatever, if he ever wants to push a narrative, he absolutely has the resources to do that now.
Yeah.
Do something, he could put something in the food because he owns Whole Food. He could put something in Amazon and within the media. Like, they want to control those things so that they can control the narrative of the people. And it's the people.
Don't shop at Amazon, y'all, and don't shop at Whole Foods.
Okay, don't shop at Amazon, but I do have an Amazon store.
Okay.
But I also have a like to know it shop. So if you don't want to shop at my Amazon storefront, let me know. And I also share the links for that stuff too. So
we doing that.
Yeah, I give you 2 ways to shop.
We doing that.
Some stuff I did really get there. I'm just being honest. But I give you 2 ways to shop. So bankrupt Amazon, not Nikki.
Not Nikki.
Not Nikki.
Also, another thing, Amazon, again, if we can kind of end it here because we went on a tangent. This ain't fashion.
We did. Listen, we're from Philly. This happens.
Yeah. But again, Amazon is one of the top, I think, like the number 2 employer of people in the country. They just announced that they're going to do 30,000 layoffs and give those jobs to robots. And they are the number 2 employer in the country for employees receiving SNAP benefits. So you got more money than anybody else in the country, more money than almost anybody else in the world. Mm-hmm. And you're not paying your people a living wage. And you would like that leave those people high and dry because you're going to fire them and let robots do the job. And that I think that just says everything.
It's the same thing with Walmart. Like the majority of
Walmart is the number 1.
Yeah, because the majority of their workers are on SNAP.
Yeah.
Because they don't pay them a living wage.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're the wealthiest family on earth. If they took their pocket money and paid it out to their employees, they would be cool. They would never.
If they paid them a living wage, they wouldn't lose anything.
Right.
They would probably make more money.
You would make more money.
It's crazy. We have not, but we are about to right now, Eftini.
Right.
Arnold, how do I pronounce this young lady's name?
I just call her Diarrha because like the last name gets a little tricky.
Well, our girl. Oh wait, there she is. Our girl Diarrha, the former owner of Amicole. Thank you. Do I have it? When I tell you, when this was announced, when she announced her business closing, 2 things. 1, I was shocked. 2, I wasn't that shocked. Here's the reason why I was shocked, because it just came out of nowhere. Like, the announcement just came out of nowhere. I was like, oh my God, girl, you could have gave me a heads up, because as soon as I found out about it, the lip gloss that I love was sold out. She had the best lip gloss in the game. Second, the reason why I wasn't
the oils?
Her lip gloss?
Is it the gloss or the lip oils?
No, the lip gloss. Oh,
the gloss. Okay.
She was doing something with that. But my second reason why I wasn't so shocked is because for a while now, there have been, talks about how the structure of her company was not that good. there have been countless articles about how, the people she employed were not the best, because this is the thing that happens with a lot of Black people, especially Black women. You want to put your friends on. You want to I think what happened to her was the MC Hammer of it all. She hired people who was familiar, who was family, who was friends, who did not know the business. And I think because of that, her business imploded, because she had a great product. She had a really great fan base. And it was not about the fact that she couldn't sell the product. It was the structure that she had just did not work for her with the professional mindset that she had. It just didn't work. There were countless articles about, the who was running her business at the time, and how they were rude and disrespectful and didn't keep the orders, didn't keep promises of orders. And even
I didn't know about all that.
Even influencers were saying it was very difficult at times working with the company, because there was a very brash and nastiness that was coming from some people. She even made a post about it a year or so ago, and apologizing for that, and saying that she's sorry and they're going to change some things up. But then we get this announcement that her business is closing. I will say this: her business closing and her doing that interview with Emma, what's her name? Emma Gertie?
Greedy.
And Greedy. Emma Greedy. For me, that was hella suspicious, because her business, she shut down her business. She did this interview with Emma Greedy. Then all of a sudden, she has been absorbed by Skims, has hired her to now be the director over fragrance and the EVP of fragrance and beauty. And I will read the article about that. But my last statement before I read the article is that looked very suspicious to me. That interview, and then next thing you know, she's working with Skims. It looked suspicious. We'll get into it. Let me read the article from Essence. Essence magazine said Nicole's Diarrha joined Skims as EVP of beauty and fragrance. Just a couple of weeks after Kim Kardashian's brand Skims sparked intimate conversations around the taboos of pubic hair and its various textures with their controversial bush thong, we thought our jaws couldn't drop any wider. But in true Kardashian fashion, it has. And the latest news out of Skims headquarters, it's even more pleasantly surprising than Merkin's and sculpting face swap. Nicole's Diarrha is the new executive vice president of Skims Beauty and Fragrance. My goal is to always continue to push the global conversation about inclusivity. Diarrha tells Essence exclusively, with Skims alongside fellow beauty obsessee Kim Kardashian, we will create a memorable beauty experience for everybody. Back in June, a few months before the widely mourned end of Diarrha's makeup brand Nicole, Kardashian skincare brand Skims by Kim also officially closed, except not exactly for good. Behind the scenes, Skims actually acquired a skin from Coty co-ownership, consolidating it under Skims umbrella and Skims Beauty. Diarrha says, I want Skims Beauty to be a place where everyone feels, oh no, this isn't her. I want Skims Beauty to be a place where everyone feels represented, and there was no better person to help us do that than Diarrha, co-founder and chief creator officer of Skims. Kim Kardashian says in a press release, Jen Greedy's co-founder and chief executive officer adds her entrepreneurial background and ability to determine customer untapped beauty needs will be instrumental in driving forward our business. For the past 14 years, Diarrha has worked in brand building, product development, and marketing, spanning global beauty brands, including L'Oreal and Glossier. Now her job is turning the second skin feeling of shapewear, which Skims is known for, into skincare. And of course, her new role comes at a time where the beauty industry is prioritizing the same inclusivity Skims entrenched in, turning extended size ranges, whatever.
Right.
Diarrha is joining Skims Beauty at a time where skin tone is fortunately being centered more than ever, with Black women like Sha'Carri Richardson, Serena Williams, and Nia Long, and starring in Skims campaign. What's next for Skims Beauty is the hands of Diarrha, and she's just getting started. I am thrilled to apply my deep passion for beauty, listening skills, and product obsession to this new global stage. Congrats to that sister. I hate everything about this. Arnold, you go. I'll end.
Okay. All right. Wait, sorry. I lost you. Okay. I listen. I knew about Ami Collet. All the girls were wearing Ami Collet, and I thought it was, a really, really cute business. I loved it. People, listen, everyone I knew who was into it just loved the product. I never really heard anything. I'm not a woman. I don't wear makeup and cosmetics and stuff like that, but I really wasn't tapped in. I really don't know anything about the business behind it aside from her speaking publicly about it. She did do a very amazing press tour. She was everywhere talking about she really controlled the narrative around her business closing. She did a lot of interviews, she spoke to a lot of people, but I really didn't know any details aside from like what you hear from her about why it was folding. I knew that she, accomplished a lot. She got a lot of funding. She really was passionate about cosmetics, and people just love the product. Like honestly, like you can do a lot of press, you could do a lot of PR and all this stuff, but if the product is not good, it's not gonna fly. And people really, really loved her product. Like I know girls who were like, "Oh, I bought like 10 lip glosses. I bought like all of this because if she's going out of business, like I gotta be fully stocked up." Now, I don't I really didn't pay much attention to her interview with Emma only because she had been doing interviews. You know what I mean? She had been doing interviews, so I didn't really find that to be very much different than like the interviews that she had done with the cut and with, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, she's doing an interview. I am happy for her. I'm happy that a Black woman was given a job opportunity. It's a very high profile job opportunity. I'm happy that she was able to bounce back after her company folding because that's heartbreaking. You know what I mean? I wish she didn't have to do it with Kim and Emma. And
Me
I know that
too.
Kim and Emma have a lot of capital, and they also like it's Kim Kardashian, so she has a lot of eyes on her. I I just feel like Kim Kardashian and Emma too, probably, but I just feel like Kim is a succubus. I think that she will find something or someone to latch onto and drain it. I also feel like if you really wanted to help this woman, and maybe they weren't aware of who she was until afterwards, but y'all could have injected some capital into her business if you really wanted to help her. You could inject capital into her for her to start her own venture, and you would have a stake in it, but you would not have ownership. You would just be a shareholder, or you would just be a venture capitalist. You can give her some money for her business to flourish. You know what I mean? When people give you money, they get their return back, and you have the opportunity to buy them out. Don't sell your company to Kim Kardashian. Don't join Kim Kardashian's company. Kim Kardashian and Emma Grady can give you some money. That's an option as well. They specifically want her talent at their company. And it's also good press because now everyone sees that you hired this Black woman, that you hired her after her company, you made this role for her. So I guess it is mutually beneficial, but it just feels suspicious knowing who the people are. This is business.
Yeah.
It is business, but it's just like, it's Kim. Also, I would not want to hitch myself to this. I think the Skims is a good product. Every woman I know who wears Skims has said like, listen, this is some good shapewear. This is comfortable. You know what I mean? But I don't really think that it's like original or groundbreaking. Also, Kim has failed at skincare and beauty before. She had that KKW shit and people were not checking for it. Kylie's makeup does better than hers. So I just feel like this is just, I just wouldn't want to hitch my, yeah, now it has the backing of the Skims brand, and Skims is a huge brand, you know what I mean? But I just am principally opposed to supported or working with her. But at the same time, I'll be honest, I saw some really good commentary. People were like, y'all not paying her bills and she don't have a job. And it's like, you know what, that's a thing too. You know what I mean? She was given an opportunity. But again, if y'all wanted to help her, y'all could have given her the same opportunity without, you know, taking the essence of her company. You know what I mean? And again, I'm giving a little bit of grace. Emma and Kim may have never heard of Ami Coley until they knew that Ami Coley was folding. They could have never been planning to move into skincare and beauty and fragrance or whatever until after that point. And I do think that she will be good for the job. Like she
Yeah.
is, I mean, she's a black woman. She's a young black woman. I think she knows people who wear Skims. I think that she knows people who are aware of Kim Kardashian. She knows the consumer and she knows the beauty business. You know what I mean? Even though the company folded, she still ran a very successful company for a couple of years. You know what I mean? She knows
Yeah.
cosmetics. She knows
Yes.
skincare. She knows, and she obviously knows, if not, if just from a product standpoint, she knows the product. She know how to make a good lip oil. She know how to make an eyeshadow. She know how, you know what I mean? So I just hate this for her, but I'm happy for her.
Um,
Very happy for her.
listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm happy for her. I'm happy in the season where 300,000 black women are unemployed. I'm happy that the sister got a job. We're
Yeah.
gonna be here a minute, so our family stick with me. First thing I'm going to say about this: congratulations, sister. I am proud of you. She has a baby. You know, she got a family. She
Yeah,
got,
yeah. She has
got
a
a family.
family.
She got bills. I'm not mad at that sister. I am not mad at that sister. This is not about her. What it is about is black people. Here's the thing: when all of this was happening in this nation, when especially when Trump was snatching, continues to snatch human beings off of the streets and ship them God knows where to traffic them. A lot of people were saying, well, black people, you got to speak up because you're next. And a lot of black people were like, we're first. Like we have been here. Like we're not next. We're first. And we were telling you guys this was going to happen. And they were just like, black people, you're going to be enslaved again. And I every time I hear that, I'm just like, we will never, black Americans will never be physically put on an actual plantation. Here is why: our oppressor has mastered how to farm us without the chains. The Kardashian family is a great example. Their target first was black men. Why? Unfortunately, black men, especially straight black men,
I'm
low,
sorry. Rich black.
rich, rich black men who have low racial self-esteem was low hanging fruit for any non-black woman. So it was very smart of them to hitch their wagons to these successful black men with, it has to be, low racial self-esteem, because they don't have a shot with black men with high racial self-esteem, right? So they were able to hitch their
This way, no. Define racial self-esteem.
low
I
racial
love the way
self-esteem.
you're saying.
Black men with low racial self-esteem, and I know we're laughing, but it's, to be very honest with you, it's normally dark-skinned black men. Our community has dropped the ball with dark-skinned black men. I think we invest in dark-skinned black girls because we are very vocal and honest about the colorism in the community and how it affects us. We do not talk about how colorism affects dark-skinned black men because
Boys. It starts at
boys.
boys.
It starts with boys because the community and outside of the community, we sexualize dark-skinned boys, and the sexualization goes into their manhood. So because they're being sexualized and being preferred sexually, or because of their dark skin, we're saying that they're strong and they can do all of this. All of the things that it seemed as a positive for dark skinned Black men are seen as a negative for dark skinned Black women. So a lot of times those young boys grow up into being young men and older men who have this issue with the way they look. And they feel like if they can breed out the Blackness, then there's some kind of reward for that. They feel like if a non-Black woman looks upon them and sees them as beautiful or is attracted to them, even sexually, they feel like it's a win for them. So it is, especially when you get Black men like that and then you put money into his hands, he becomes a weapon of mass destruction for the Black community, because when he looks in that mirror, he hates what he sees, and what he is seeing is Blackness. So women like that are able to get Black men like that, especially Black men who are wealthy. So for them, it was very smart for them to do that, because they knew who the actual influence was globally. And the women that have the biggest influence in the world are working class, poor and working class Black American women. So they knew what the target was, and it was to go after those men and glean from them, farm them, get every bit of information from those men about how to put on the cloak of Black womanness, working class Black American womanness. And what they did was so smart. I'm not mad. I am not mad at them overseers. I am not mad at them plantation queens, because our community allowed it. What they did was they took our culture, put it on their bodies, and sold it back to us, and we ate it up. Well, ate it up. Black people put them on a pedestal. Black people, especially Black Americans, are the influence globally. Ain't nothing hot until we say it's hot. We put those women on a pedestal. They said, "Thank you, Negroes," and they became billionaires. We made a white family billionaires, and the Black community got to own that. What were you going to say, Arnold?
I don't want to absolve Black women of this too. I think.
Oh no! I said we.
Yeah, I think they very much siphoned their way of being off of proximity to Black women.
That is why they keep chained 3 Black women.
Who the 3?
They always are siphoning 3 Black, them twins. They keep them twins around. They steal as much Blackness from them, and then they throw them back into the field. Then they get with Lala. They steal some Blackness from her. They throw her back into the field. Now they be making their reigns. Any popular Black celebrity.
Yeah.
Black celebrity. Black American, to be specific, is a Black American woman. They love siphoning them. They go, they destiny swap with them, and then they throw them away. So what's happening now?
Jordan Woods and Sierra and Serena.
And I have to say this. The Kardashians did nothing wrong. Those Blacks allowed themselves to be farmed on that plantation in Calabasas. They did nothing wrong. They volunteered their Blackness because it is very smart. Let me tell you something. If you are non-Black and you want to make some quick money, get around some Black people with influence who got low racial self-esteem. You will eat for the rest of your life. You, your children's children will eat for the rest of your life. Glean. Take whatever those idiots are giving you, and you will eat for the rest of your life. And that's why we're here. So that's why, let me bring her up. That's why y'all keep on talking about her. No, I'm not a fan of Miss Greedy, because Miss Greedy sat down with her. Miss Greedy is the one. That's the one. You know what she...
Arnold, I am hollering. I am hollering.
Miss Greedy. Also, really quickly, not Black American. She's British.
I'm serious.
Thank you, Arnold, for bringing that up, because that's what it is. And black people, Black Americans, I'm back on your behind, because we are always here because y'all want everybody to be black. If they got a bit of melanin, they one of us. You need to start having.
We know she is black. She's just not American.
No, she's not Black American, and that is the thing.
Oh,
Black people, anybody who we think got a little melanin and got a wide nose, we want to claim them. We bring them into the community. Don't do no vetting, and say, "Oh, well, Kim Kardashian, Khloe hired a white black one of us, so we'll go and support." And now this woman, with a white mama and a white husband, is running both of these companies, because the black women, this is on you. This one is on you. Black women saw somebody and said, "Oh my gosh, she looks like one of us. We're going to support her," although she is making the oppressor extremely wealthy. So y'all see her and y'all get behind her. Y'all conveniently forget that she is making wealthy people who stole your culture, bastardized it, sold it back to you, and are now buddying up with fascists. The same people that are erasing us from the United States of America, erasing our work. 300,000 of you black women are unemployed. But at least you got your Skims. And let's get into Skims real quick, because Skims was stolen. Like everything else that they steal, that was stolen from Nude Bear. Nude Bear, a black-owned company, was the first black woman-owned company, was the first company to ever come out and make shapewear for black women and people with melanin. And it was a
skin tone shapewear.
Yes, skin tone shapewear. And now all of a sudden, Skims comes out doing the same thing. Everybody's amazed by it. Oh my God, I'm so thankful that Kim Kardashian, two sisters Ben did it. Nude Bear and Nubian Skin. Two sisters Ben did it. But this white woman steals your culture, puts it on her, sells it to you, and you eat it up. We will never be put on a physical plantation ever again, because they don't have to. They don't have to. We are so easily enslaved. It's embarrassing. And again, get your coins, queen. Don't give her that lip gloss combination. What I would love for her to do, work that company for 5 years. 5 years. While you're working, talk to black investors and get your company back up and running, and run it properly. Because we're not going to say, "Oh, we don't support. We don't support." Black women were the reason why her brand went viral.
Yeah.
So we do support. The business model was garbage, and we got to be honest there. Don't nobody support like black women. That is why a whole white family continues to monitor, the monitoring spirits continues to monitor the black community, especially black women, because they know how wealthy we make people. Them Kardashians will never leave us alone. We made them billionaires. They will never stop harvesting us. And unfortunately, there will be black women who will never stop volunteering to be on that plantation. How is somebody going to take your culture, put it on themselves, and sell it back to you when you make them billionaires? Our ancestors weep. Harriet Tubman would have left a lot of y'all. It is absolutely, it's so clear as day. That's why she's on that Hulu press conference talking to Niecy Nash about her favorite meal to make it soul food. You're Armenian. Why the hell are you frying chicken and making collard greens? But she knows those ignorant blacks are going to be listening and be like, "Oh my goodness, my favorite Miss Mary, she knows how to make collard green." It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. So that's why that Emma girl, I'm on to you. I'm on to you, because you did that interview with her and you went back to Miss Mary and you said, "Ooh, I's got another color for the plantation." And you picked her up, stole. You could have invested in her with all that money you have made from good American whatever. Another brand that was stolen from a sister because
that's
everybody's
Chloe,
like, oh my
though.
God. Yeah, that's Chloe. But oh my God, they're making plus size jeans for black women's body. They don't have black women's bodies. Where do y'all think they got that from? Let's use this. Let's use this. All they do, and it's countless black women all the time on the internet screaming at the black community like, that's my design. They stole that. That's my idea. They stole it. Y'all don't do nothing. Y'all continue to buy from these people. I hate this, but I'm glad she's getting a check. I hope she moves accordingly. We will support you again, girl. Just have a better business model. Collect them checks, move accordingly. Arnold.
I love so much when Nikki goes full hotep like this because she's so like, oh, Bachelor, Love Island, and all this stuff. When we're in our group chat, the way that she calls us out is so hilarious because it's just like she's not like that all the time. You know what she said to us? We were in our group chat the other day talking about how attractive some black men were. She said, y'all lusting over pigs? Because it's a cop. We said, no,
tell the truth. You was lusting after that cop from Alabama. And I said, how low have we fallen? We're lusting after pigs? He's a
the police chief of Birmingham is fine as hell. And so is the mayor. I said, we're not lusting after pigs. One of them is the mayor. He's the mayor. They're handsome. I said, she go full. And whenever I post a little comedic sketch of a melanin deficient comedian who
steals content from black people, mind you, I have to let them know every time. I'm like, you think that white gay boy from Connecticut came up with this?
But it's not just that. The crazy thing is, in my other group chats, I think I'm Nikki. Because I do. And they just be like, oh, God. But when you do, that's why I'm like, it's so funny that she's calling me out because I spend all my time calling people out.
Yep.
I really do. But I will say, you're right. You're right. I do think that it is. And at this point, it feels predatory what they do. It really, really does. And some people, and again, it's very often black people, oh, you hating on them, all they trying to do is make their money, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, it gets a little predatory from like even how they move in their interpersonal lives. It's never interpersonal, you know what I mean? Like the whole like, and I was naming them Justine Skye and Black China and like all these girls who they befriend, they wind up stealing their whole aura and stealing their men. And stealing their black men. And
that they don't want, but they need to siphon somebody black. And it's so easy to do it with black people who do not know who they are because they'll give everything.
They're vampires.
Look at what black men did with the NBA. In one generation, they turned the NBA white. Yeah! Fools. It's like every time.
You mean like now?
Yeah, well, it'll be. And pretty soon, because right now everybody light skinned because everybody biracial.
The entire NBA is biracial, and I don't have a problem with the biracials.
Wealth was put in your hands, and you created the white community. I can't.
They're all biracial, and
poor Harriet Tubman. I'm trying,
and I don't see like anything wrong with that. I just think it's funny. I'd be like, oh, like the entire team is like tall mixed boys, like the entire team. This is okay. This is cute. Some of them be like,
that's the problem with black people right now. It's like, oh well, no, it's okay. Love is love. Ain't nobody saying that about you.
Oh my God! Wait,
a non-black person brings you home, they get disowned from the family. But you so ready for interracial. Go here.
Wait, okay. But back to Kim. Kim in particular is, this actually goes back to everything that we talked about. Yes.
And
This
that
goes
sister
back
had
to,
to come out and say, "Oh, this is my work. I'm doing this." She's just the face.
yeah. This goes back to everything that we just talked about. Kim has so much money. How much more money do you need? How much money do you need to take from people? How much more do you need? And the moment she thought it would benefit her, not just socially, but from a business standpoint, if she could make some money off of it, she revealed herself to be a fascist. She stopped hanging with Black people, and she's wishing happy birthday to Ivanka Trump. She's not dating no Black guys. She's talking about how iconic Melania Trump looks on election day. I mean, inauguration day. And
Spitting in the faces of those Black people.
spitting in the faces of
because
those
she
Black
knows
people.
they're not going
And
anywhere.
also spitting in the faces of her 4 Black children. And it's just like hot. And then posing with Teslas and Tesla robots, and never once coming out her mouth to say anything about, Gaza, or to say anything about the government, or to say anything about Trump, or to say, you know what I mean? Like she's meticulous in what she doesn't say as well. And it really is not just sometimes, unless you go in full hotep, you can give people a little bit of grace. It's no grace given to Kimberly. It's no grace given to Kimberly Noel. Everything that she does, everything that she says, everything that she doesn't say is intentional. So this, of all the people she could have got, she got this woman because she knows that she's a benefit to her business because of her experience and her expertise.
But also, I'm going to interject real quick and I'm going to let you finish. But also because she saw how Black women were moving when she made that announcement. Everybody was talking about Nicole right after she made that announcement. It was all you could talk about because Black women were talking about it.
Yeah. Also, she sees that, Diarrha's clients are going to become Skims fans if they're not already. That's what she wants. You know what I mean? And she gets good press for Black China found Christ, so she could avoid paying for her crime shit. He didn't escape unscathed. He didn't escape unscathed.
She's continuing the Kardashian bloodline. Thanks, Black China.
I know. Listen, user RK6B. I know. But that was not the point I was making. Hopefully he's doing amazing things in Birmingham. I doubt it. But hopefully she got us right together. And it wasn't just me. She reprimanded the group. But yeah, I think that she's also in a little bit of PR crisis mode because she know that people not fucking with her. She has to know people not fucking with her. She know the comments. When I tell you because I was doing it too, lit her ass up when she was.
No, he sent that to me immediately. He said, "We have got to talk about this."
Yeah, like we lit her ass up, and even. First of all, you mentioned it. I really wasn't going to get into it. I was going to keep it to fashion talk. Ryan Murphy ain't innocent either because, and people saying like, oh, she's not getting top billing. She is. She's not top billing on the show, maybe. However, in the releases, she's front and center. It's Kim Kardashian, Glenn Close, Sarah Paulson, all these award-winning actresses, and she's in the middle. So if the show is not all about her, because from what I gather, the show is really about a rivalry between like Glenn Close and Sarah Paulson, and like the girls who are with Sarah Paulson, and she just happens to be like one of them. And it's like they're talking about her marriage, but she's not an actress. She's not the best actress. She's not the top actress. She's not an actress at all. Yet her name comes first. She's in the middle. And she's positioned, and I just don't fuck with it. The fried chicken and cornbread thing, I'm so glad that Niecy Nash kept it a bit real.
She couldn't fake it. She couldn't fake it.
A bitch who don't cook at all, going to tell you the one thing she do cook is that takes grandmothers years to master.
Niecy was like, I want to see it.
She said, don't tell me what a good time. I will come over. I will.
I want to see you. I want to see you fried chicken.
I want to see you
collard greens.
And she said, with your hands? She's like, yes. And don't get me wrong. I believe she probably did try to make it for Kanye before. I believe she probably did. You know what I mean?
Well, no, yes, and that black man with low racial self-esteem told her it was delicious.
That black man with low self-esteem told her it was delicious. Yeah.
Oh, it's so delicious, just like my mama used to make.
No, it's not.
Liar.
No, it's not. And I also don't believe that she's feeding it to her kids. I don't think she's feeding it to her kids either.
Not that oldest, because she will tell her the truth.
Not that oldest, because she would tell her the truth, and because she never had it before. And it's let me live a little. And I didn't know nothing about this. That was the best thing. I didn't know nothing about this man. What was the caption like? Oh, what y'all doing down in Birmingham? I'm like, oh, who these men?
You did not know nothing about him, but you sent us a picture of him in a whole cop uniform.
No, I mean, I knew he was like the police chief. I don't know nothing about him. I don't know anything bad about him, and I don't know nothing about the mayor.
Saw a pretty face and a heavy walk, and was like, I said, absolutely not.
But for real, it was because of the mayor too, because people were, everybody was talking about the police chief, but I said, oh, the mayor doing it like that too. Let me grab my book.
Listen, that's the South. That's the South, though. Y'all be playing on the South, but them men in the South, woohoo!
Who will be playing on the South? A fool playing on the South.
They all fine.
That's where you find somebody to make some motherfucking fried chicken and cornbread. Okay. That's what's happening there. But I just think, again, the times that we're in, a black woman got a high profile job.
Yeah.
Diarrha is, sorry, I'm ordering food before the
do it. Take care of
before they close. You won't get me like you got me last time when we ordered that food and had me starving up in here.
Oh my God.
And when we ordered that Chinese food and just sat me in the room smelling it and dying.
Don't tell them they act like I'm a bad host.
She gonna say, oh, we gotta go. Arnold's hungry. Oh, I'm the only one? Okay. But no, no, in all seriousness, I'm very happy for Diarrha. And like I said, I told you, people said like, we not paying her bills. Y'all got a lot of criticism, but y'all not paying her bills. Y'all don't know what this industry is like. And I'm just hoping that they really are paying her well. They really are giving her some equity in the company in some way, and that she is successful there. And that's not to say that I want Kim Kardashian to be more successful or make more money or do anything. Like, I hope that she is successful there, and I hope that she gets all that she can get out of it, because
Yeah.
I don't think it's nothing else for Emma and Kim, and I don't want anything else for them. But Kim is a perfect example, because I think Kim is a billionaire now, right? I think Kim's a billionaire.
I'm not sure because Forbes is like,
Collectively, they would be.
yeah, collectively, but Forbes is just like they be lying.
They
They
do be
said
lying. Yeah.
they said that they be faking the tax returns and all this stuff. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
like the whole Kylie first self-made billionaire, like none of those numbers were true. But she is a perfect example of your you grew up, pretty affluent. You made a lot of money off of the sex tape, then all the opportunities that came from that. Then Keeping Up with the Kardashians was very successful. You made a lot of money from that.
Yeah.
Then you got the Kardashians, because I don't know if people know, but Keeping Up with the Kardashians is not the same as the Kardashian show that's on Hulu. So you got money from that. You married very rich men and got money from that. You were married to Kanye, who is a billionaire. You got money from that. You have a makeup line, or you had a cosmetics line, you got money from that. Now
Yeah.
you have Skims, you're getting money from that. You are venturing into acting, you're getting money from that. You did, remember they did like the app where you can do like the little Kardashian
Mm-hmm.
cartoon type shit. Apparently when that happened, you got a lot of money from that. And how much more money do you need?
Yeah.
You just want to have your hand in everything to suck as much money
Mm-hmm.
out of people as you can, the
Mm-hmm.
consumer as you
Yeah.
can. You are a product. You have made your children a product. You have made your marriages a product to be
Mm-hmm.
consumed and viewed. You know what I mean? You are selling physical products all the
Mm-hmm.
time. And it's just like you made your being robbed a product. You made your weddings a product and the marriages. You made your divorce a product. It's just like she's just an unscrupulous person.
Yeah.
And I think she normalizes being unscrupulous in this way. And I just think it's unfortunate that Diarrha had to is in I don't feel like Diarrha was in a position to be like, no.
Yeah.
And I don't fault her for that.
Mm-hmm.
Jobs are hard. You just lost your company. It's a you have a level of celebrity now as well. You have to keep your family in a way that you gotta work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You own a business, so I'm sure you have debts to pay. So I don't fault her for that. I just hate that
Neither.
she's in a position where she probably couldn't say no to something. Also, I will say Skims doesn't have this she's starting this for them. She's establishing this for them, right? They don't have like skin and skincare and stuff,
No,
right?
yeah, because she closed down Skin, which was like Kim Kardashian skincare,
Yeah,
because she bought it from Coty, who funded them in the beginning.
right.
She bought it from them. Now she's relaunching it now, and Diarrha is going to run it.
Yeah. Okay, well, so I guess she gets to say that she started something, but I
Mhm.
personally wouldn't want any affiliation with I personally wouldn't want any affiliation with Kim Kardashian. However, Kim Kardashian could in good charity write me a check for something, and I will not do what she wants me to do with it. I will just, she can donate to a black person.
Listen, I won't support anything. Listen, I'm that woke. I won't support anything that family does because I saw the
I won't
con.
support anything that family does.
Yeah, I saw the con from the beginning. I also am not faulting them. Their mother studied OJ, and she
Yeah.
gave that plan to her daughters, and it made them all very wealthy. They are not forcing any black person to do anything.
No.
Black people with low racial self-esteem are volunteering themselves to be harvested to that family. So my issue was not with them. My issue was with my people who lack discernment and high racial self-esteem.
Would you lump Diarrha into that?
No, that's what I was about to say.
No,
but what
right.
I will say about her is, and I'm hoping that she has a plan. What I will say about her is, it has been a very calculated attack on Black women to steal all of our funding, right? It happened very early before Trump's campaign, when this billionaire company that backed him was suing Black women entrepreneurs and investors so that they don't invest into other Black women. So this is all very calculated. I'm not
surprised. Has been very open about how hard it was for her to get funding for her company. People just don't want to.
Exactly. And so I understand that. And I'm just like, if this is what you have to do it. Sis, we all have to do it, right? So I'm like, if this is what you got to do it. I'm just hoping that she has a plan, and I'm hoping that she will either venture out on her own, or maybe invest in, or work with a Black company. I don't know. Maybe any other company that's not butting up with fascists, I could absolutely support. Because here's the thing: if Kim Kardashian was a Tina Marie, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
If she was like, if Jane Fonda had a beauty, company, and she hired her, I'd be like, oh, Jane Fonda, she good people, But I'm just like, you're buddying up. You're working for a fascist.
To the worst people, yeah.
Yeah, it's not the fact that this person is white. It's the fact that this person has shown us who they are, and they are not for us. So them picking you up is just another way to try to fool us that they are good, and they're not. And smoke screen, I don't see it. I can't. I see behind it, and I can't support that. But some people will, and I hope that she is able to make a really nice coin and move on to something else. As long as she's with Skims, I can't support it. But I can't support her. But at that job, I'll support her outside of it. I'll support her outside of it and wherever else that she does. But I cannot support that. Everything that family touches is demonic and evil. And it's because it takes from us. It doesn't pour into us. It steals from us.
It steals from us.
It sells a poor product back to us, and we eat it up. And it's just so embarrassing to see.
I also found it interesting of the industry at all. Like when she spoke, as I said, she did a lot of press. I thought that she really did a very good job of owning her narrative, because it could have very well been like, oh, another like company just folded, and you never hear from the owner, you never hear from whatever. But yes, they do want to steal our essence. She talked very openly about how hard it was to get funding, and she got into Sephora and how that was like a big game changer and all that. But I also thought it was very interesting that as successful as she was, as viral as the company was, it doesn't really. And it's not that I wanted this to happen, because as I said, I don't think any product or any company gets better when it's absorbed by, when it's absorbed by these big conglomerates. But she didn't get an offer from L'Oreal or Estee Lauder or any of these big beauty brands that own, like, you'll be so surprised to see what a company like a parent branch like Estee Lauder or something owns. Joe Malone and owns this fragrance brand and this makeup brand. You know what I mean? Like they buy up the market. And they own all of this stuff. None of because they have money, and they own Bobbi Brown.
Yeah.
As a perfect example. Estee Lauder bought Bobbi Brown and own her name, and she had a 25-year non-compete clause. So this woman, they gave her enough money and said, you cannot work up in the makeup industry. You cannot start another company for 25 years. And like the day that was up, she started her own. But like, this is what these companies do. So I just find it so interesting that none of these big companies wanted to capitalize on the success of this company. And it feels like because it was like a Black-owned company, like they just didn't want to touch it.
Here's the thing, Arnold. We don't know if they could even compete. That's why I keep on. That's why this right here, I got my good eye on her, because I feel like when it was announced, this was already in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of Black women, especially Black women in this industry, see her and it's just like, this Black woman is so successful. Probably, you know, she was probably went to her for help or as a mentor. And she said, I got an opportunity for you. But it probably wasn't to build her. It wasn't to build her. I don't know. I'm just alleging. But I feel like this happened so fast. She announced her company was falling apart.
Their interview was like 2 months ago.
Yeah. But it just all happened. The company's done. Interview. She's with Skims.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any time. There was like, especially with all the fan fodder that happened when she announced that it was closing, I think companies reached out, but by the time they reached out, she was already snatched up. And now she's probably in a ridiculous contract, a long no compete clause. So by the time she's 60, she probably going to drop foundation. And it's like, well, girl, I don't know if the market is still there. Stop selling.
Stop selling. Stop selling y'all companies. Stop selling y'all companies.
Like, and I say this as a Black American, literally 99.9% of the inventions in America is because of Black Americans. We don't own any of them.
Stop selling.
Everybody sells. Stop selling. Speaking of selling, Carol's daughter, she brought her company back. So it's Black owned again.
Yeah.
It's Black owned again.
Stop selling. Take capital, take venture capital, but don't sell to them.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like two white people or anything, but like two big corporations. Don't sell your IP and your inventions and your companies to them. They can invest in your company and you can pay them back in kind and you can buy them out of their investment eventually, but don't sell your stuff to these companies. It never makes your company better.
It never
makes it just gives you more money.
It gives you more money, but that money don't last because you can't do anything to make more money because you done signed everything away.
Yeah.
Stop selling. Oh, last thing I'm gonna say about this girl, and then I'm gonna get a few comments, and then we're gonna move into model of the year. What I want to say about her is that, no, seriously, she reminds me, I forget the name of this gentleman, but we talked about it when I did my Cowboy Carter review. The gentleman that helped that white family that stole country music from Black Americans' churches. That's what she gives me, because that gentleman, that brother, walked around with that guy, took that guy into Black spaces, into Black churches, had him wrote the songs for him to take, wrote the melodies and the chords and all of that, gave it to him, and he was able to create. That's why he's called the creator of country music, because it was given to him by a Black man. And that Black man took him into churches, into Black spaces to steal our culture. This is what she reminds me of. Because every Kardashian brand, she behind it. She behind it. And I'm just like, why are you constantly being the face of for these women who are selling poor product to Black women? It's always you, because you have to have somebody from that community that they trust. It's a setup. It's a setup. And this is her husband. He owns Skims, co-owner of Skims.
Him
and Kim Kardashian own it.
Not Emma?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Emma is co-owner of Good American. She co-founded it with Chloe. What I think was, she had an idea. She didn't think that she could get it off the ground. She went to them and they put that name on it. I think that's what happened. But I'm just like, girl, listen, I'm glad that you got that idea off. You looking real funny to me in the light. You keep on snatching up Black ideas and putting their name on it. It's weird to me. It's weird to me. Let me get some comments. I wanted to talk about this one, Winsome, because I didn't want you to think that we were overlooking it. Winsome said, the goal of creating a brand is to one day sell it or level up from it. I don't know why this is looked down on when white people do this all the time. That is the goal for some people. I think a lot of our people sell out of frustration. I think a lot of our people sell out of just being tired or just frustration from the brand, because a lot of us do not know what we're doing. A lot of us are just first-time entrepreneurs, first-time business owners. We don't really have the model. We're trying to figure it out. And instead of going through the growing pains or that rough season, we just sell because we don't have anybody who's done it before us telling us, oh, this is normal. This is going to happen. Oh, you're going to be okay. Oh, you can get over that. Oh, this is how you can do that. There's no mentorship in those spaces. A lot of us are first time doing this and figuring everything out. I also want to say, I want to stop comparing us to white people or anybody else. Black people are a huge entity on their own. We don't need to compare ourselves or our successes to anybody. Nobody is doing it like us, and nobody can do it like us. We can just compare with ourselves. I don't care what nobody else is doing unless it's affecting my community. But that's why I'm very big on let's not sell. It is going to be difficult. It's going to be rough, but your community is there and they will support. She did not sell because that's what she made her brand to do. She sold because it got difficult. It was hard.
She didn't sell. She closed it.
Yeah, she had to close it.
She didn't sell it.
It was difficult.
Wait. I really quickly. I actually really wholeheartedly disagree with Winsome. The goal of creating a brand is not to sell it. Mm-hmm. That's not the goal of starting a company or creating a brand. Yes, you want to make money from it because it's a business. Your goal, you don't make it with the knowledge that like the goal to sell it. You don't. That's not why anyone starts a company. You get offers to sell it. You can sell it if you no longer want to do it, and you can get money from it. But you don't start it. You shouldn't start it. If I started a business, I would want it to be successful. Whereas, like, I don't need to sell. It's generating money for me, and I can sustain myself and sustain my family from that. Hopefully it does well enough that I am making a lot of profit from it. But my goal is not to sell. I'm not starting it in the hope that I could sell it. And also, I didn't mention anything about like when white people do it. I think that any business owner shouldn't just sell to big conglomerates or whatever. If you care about your business, your goal should not, you don't want it. If you invent something, I don't want it to change so drastically, especially not when I don't need to. And most of the time we don't need to. I use Instagram as a good example because Instagram was making a lot of money before Mark Zuckerberg bought it. They didn't need to sell it. They didn't need to sell all their stuff to him. You know what I mean? If you have a very, very, very successful makeup line, you don't need to, you would get an influx of cash. You don't need to sell it to L'Oreal. You don't need to sell it to Estee Lauder. You don't need, you know what I mean? You have the option to, but your goal should not be to sell it. I just use Bobbi Brown as an example. Yes, she sold it. She did not make her brand to sell it, because when the itch came again, she started another brand because her passion was makeup. You know what I mean? So no, it is an option. It is a part of business. It is normal. But no, I vehemently disagree is the goal of making a brand is to sell it. No.
Okay. I want to get this comment from Will because I wanted to clear this up. Will said, I love you. I'm joking. Will said, the only thing wrong with the biracial NBA is that it was intentionally done. The owner and industry tell players not to bring their black girlfriends to social parties. At least I saw that in college. This is a very true statement. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being biracial. What I was saying was that it's intentional, right? It is the eraser of blackness. And this was very much started. Shout out to Allen Iverson. This was pushed, this idea of lightening up the NBA. This was pushed because Allen Iverson made the NBA hella black.
It was a little too nigga.
Yeah, it was a little too nigga. He made it hella black. And then all of a sudden, it was this push for like athletes to have white partners. And now look at the NBA. Because I don't know if you're old enough to remember, but me and Arnold remember when the NBA was black, when everybody had black wives and black girlfriends. Then Allen Iverson hit the scene.
Even the white guys.
Yeah, they said, yeah, we gotta bring this in. So that's all that I was talking about. But again, black capitalists will never save you. So we all know. Give me something to say. You're not wrong, Nikki. The beneficiaries of Motown and R&B music royalties are not black. Same thing happening with hip hop. Very little are. They marry non-black people and have non-black children who also marry white. No legacies. No legacies left. Go ahead.
I listened to this really interesting podcast yesterday, and it was really about like kind of negative stuff about him, but it was really talking about Little Richard. And if you knew how many people Little Richard put on and didn't really get his just dues from.
How many people stole from him?
People stole from him, and he was presenting a Grammy one time.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
And when they announced the announcer, he said me. And then like the people in the audience kind of laughed, but he was dancing. He said, I deserve this. He said, because I did this, this, and this. I originated this. Y'all never gave me nothing. I never won no. And he just went off like the true queen that he is. But they kind of like named a bunch of people who were inspired by him or who he worked with. He became very, very popular in Europe and in England in the 1960s. And if you picking what I'm putting down, the most successful groups in music history were like, oh, we got to be just like this guy. And they did. And they did. And they did. Like, not just one person, like mad people. I don't even want to say
everybody
were inspired by him and became so much more successful. He also, and I'm not going to say he stole from them because he was part of them, queer musicians, queer soul musicians, queer blues musicians, like, you know, lesbians and like drag performers, even though it wasn't like drag and all that. Like he really, really, so
Elvis would have had nothing had it not been for Queen Rosetta Thorpe and Little Richard.
Elvis would have had Elvis, they all stole. Jackie Washington, they all stole from me. Like Elvis stole a little bit from everyone.
Oh, thank you, El Boogie. El Boogie said 20 Feet from Stardom is an excellent documentary about how the voices of Black women on the back. Yep.
Yeah.
This is getting a little sad. Let's bring it up. Anok Yai. Am I pronouncing her name right?
Anok.
Yeah, Anok. Anok Yai is the model of the year. Yay! She's never won this before. This is her first time winning this. This is from Days. Days said, though the 2025 Fashion Awards won't take place until Monday, December 1st, the British Fashion Council is doing something a little different this year, announcing the winner of Model of the Year a month before the ceremony. Revealed this morning via the British Fashion Council's Instagram account, Sudanese American model and former Days cover star Anok Yai has been crowned 2025's biggest modeling star after a stellar year of catwalks and campaigns. Her achievements over the last 12 months include a strong showing during season 26 Fashion Month, where she went first out of the gate for Ferragamo, Coperini, and Hugo Boss. She closed Ralph Lauren, Fendi, Vetements, and Masikia, and she also walked numerous other catwalks, including Saint Laurent, Mugler, Tom Ford, Calvin Klein, Bottega Veneta, and Matthew Blasi's Chanel debut. Elsewhere, Yai has starred in campaigns for Mugler's Alien Fragrance and commercial brands like Gap, Walk Victoria's Secret Runway, magazine covers in Perfect, Vogue, France, and Allure, the latter of which she shared with last year's Model of the Year, Alex Kosani. Instead of the usual 5 nominated models making up the category, this year industry experts convened to crown the winner with no nominations announced beforehand. This jury who picked to decide Yai's fate included BFC's new CEO, Laura Ware, Day's fashion feature director, Emma Davison, photographer Campbell Addy, stylist Carlos Nazario, casting director Emma Mattel, former Day's editorial director Casey-Ann Mayers, movement director for Pat Buglowski, and 10 magazine editor-in-chief Sophia Nifotuopoulos. She Greek. Outside of the Model of the Year 2025's Fashion Awards are still anyone's for the taking. The ceremony is due to take place at the Royal Albert Hall in London next month. While the list of nominees were decided back in July, see below to see who's up for an award and scroll through the gallery. Got days, I won't be doing that. But congrats, Anok!
Congrats.
Can you believe this? From that one picture at, what was it? What age was it? Howard
Homecoming.
To this. My God, today. And shout out to the photographer.
She was photographed at Howard Homecoming in like 2018, 2019, something like that.
Look at her now.
She was just at the home, and she didn't go to Howard. She was just there. And it was just a photographer out there taking pictures of people. I saw it online. The agents reach out to her, and it's just been up from there. I will say I never really got. I mean, I know it's through the British Fashion Council, but I'm like, who deems these girls model of the year? Like, it's such a weird thing. When I was young, when you were young, remember the
still young.
We were still young when we were younger. Remember the VH1 Fashion Awards?
Yeah.
The VH1 Fashion Awards, they always had like Model of the Year. And, you know, there's models.com does a ranking of like, this is like the number one girl in the industry. And it's kind of ranked by like, there's certain things that make a model's like success, like how they announce like how many openings, how many shows you did open, how many shows you closed, how many shows you walked, what campaigns you have, you know what I mean? It's just your marketability in the industry. Yeah. So the award in itself is like kind of a mystery to me. And it's also like, why is it only the British Fashion Council that does it? I love it because I'm really into like models. But I do think that there's a method behind it. Like, and I saw someone say that like she should have won it last year. And I do think that she was like the top model last year. But I also think that if she didn't open and close as many shows and have as many campaigns as Alex Consani, then Alex won it that year. But no, I think it's definitely her year. I do think that it's like beyond due. And I think that she's an amazing model. And I think she's gorgeous. I love that she is a Black woman who won. She really is like the top model like working right now. She really is. I can think of like around 5 girls who are really we don't have supermodels anymore. I can only think of a few girls who are really it is her, it is Alex, it is Iman Hammond, it's Mona, it's Paloma who is a plus size girl who was still doing it, you know what I mean? Like I think that these girls, and then you have some girls who are in like every editorial, and like some girls who are pretty indistinguishable, but fucking Anna Wintour loved her, so she always gonna be up in Vogue or something. So like the girls are working. But no, I think that this is amazing, and I think it's an amazing honor. I'm assuming that like the British Fashion Council is essentially like the CFDA here.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't believe the CFDA does like a model of the year. That's why I'm kind of like, it's not really something that I know, but I know that they do like designer of the year and jewelry designer of the year. You know what I mean? That's why I'm always like, how did they determine that this is something that they're going to, because she's an American.
Wait, I do think the CFDA does do that, because remember when Rihanna won? Didn't she win model of the year?
No, she won fashion icon.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And Rihanna not a model.
Mm-mm.
So
But
I just saw a
congrats.
comment about like the Nepo baby models.
Yeah.
And I do get it, but like some of them are like really working models. Like
Yeah.
their career really is just modeling. You know what I mean? And they are the girls who are and everybody know who we talking about. We talking about Gigi and Kendall and Bella, and they really are getting booked though. Like,
Yeah.
and they really are walking the shows, and they
And
really
Cindy Crawford's baby. She looked just
and
like her
Kaya.
mama.
Oh yeah, and Kaya.
She
Yep,
looked just like her mama.
she does. And listen, I can only hate on them, but so much because fashion is just that kind of industry. You only gonna get so far on a name.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you Kaya Gerber is a good model to me.
Mm-hmm.
Bella Hadid is a model to me.
Yeah.
Kendall's modeling.
Yeah. Kendall, Bella gives me like Bella would give me like a Vogue. Kendall gives me
Catalog.
yeah, catalog, very Spiegel, very
Yeah.
JCPenney back to school,
Mhm.
newsletter.
Yeah.
I
She's tall, she's thin,
yeah.
she has that dark hair that a lot of girls like didn't have at the time. A lot of models. It wasn't like big in like the industry. She can she's okay. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not gonna hate on her. So like I don't hate on, but then you have like a Hailey Bieber, and I think Hailey Bieber is a pretty
She's
girl,
a
but
model?
that's how she came out. People called her a model, but it's like, but she's not really like a high fashion model in the way that like other high
Oh,
fashion
I
models
just
are.
thought she was a Nepo baby. I didn't know she was a model.
She's a model.
Lord, they giving anybody jobs. No shade. She makes a great smoothie. I love her smoothie at Air One. But I would never got model. I feel like models have like I feel like models have
You
features.
didn't say nothing about the lip gloss. You ain't say nothing about the phone case. You talk about the damn smoothie.
Wait, she got a phone case?
Road. She's
Oh,
road.
yeah, the thing. Oh, that's the thing. I don't do like celebrity stuff. You know how long it took me to get into Sacred? I don't do that. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah.
What the hell you know about lip gloss? Mm-mm. But the kids like Selena Gomez. They like her makeup, but I can't do it. I stick with makeup artists. Pat
You know
McGrath,
what?
Vanessa Myricks. Fenty can do a lip gloss. Fenty can do a lip gloss.
Really quickly, I only recently found out that Rare Beauty was
Selena?
Selena. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think Selena really was the name behind it, but like she wasn't front and center, at least not to my eyes. And I saw a lot of I am in the luxury sphere a little bit. So the girls I know who like I follow like a lot of makeup artists and like makeup content creators, and they all talk about it, and it's just makeup, you know what I mean? I had no idea that it was her. I just, I'm trying this Rare Beauty lip gloss, whatever. I had no idea it was her. So I think that she marketed it like the right way.
Smart.
I think she had a
Away
name
from
behind it,
celebrity. Yeah.
away from the celebrity of it all, and it is doing
I think
really,
what
really
she
well.
did was really smart is that she marketed it away from celebrity and put out a good product. So
She
people love
put
the
out a good product.
and we're like, oh, Selena Gomez. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
Yeah.
that's how that works. That for me, like if you're gonna do a celebrity brand, it gotta be good quality.
The one thing I will say about like Rhode, Hailey Bieber is a model, but Hailey Bieber was never like, you're not seeing Hailey Bieber at like a Chanel show. You're not seeing Hailey Bieber at Bottega. Like she's not that kind of model. I think she's very pretty, but she got into modeling. She's a Baldwin, and then she married Justin Bieber. So like she kind of can do whatever she wanted to. I don't really know much about the quality of Rhode. I know Rhode had you seen it, like it's the phone case.
Oh
And
yeah,
the
I know what
phone
you're talking about now.
yeah, so that's her. And I think that became like so catchy and viral. You know what I mean? I know people who have the phone case and have the lip gloss, and they're like, oh, I don't use this. This is just cute. And I think it is really cute.
It's cute, but also rich people got good PR.
Yeah.
They can pay the best PR people to saturate your timeline with that until you start to like it. It's
Yeah.
makeup payola.
Yeah. For
Makeup
sure. For
payola. And it
sure.
works.
And
It
she
works.
just sold it to like Elf
Yeah, she sold it to Elf,
for $1
which
billion.
I feel like something like that is smart because I'm just like, she didn't want a makeup brand.
She don't want a makeup line.
Some company came to her and said, "Listen, you're a celebrity or it girl. Can we put your name on this?"
So that's the difference. That's a person who is just going to sell their brand because she don't really care, versus a makeup artist who is passionate about makeup and wants their brand to be blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just think that that's like a bit of a
That's
difference.
smart. Like, I would do something like that. Like, you know, if you see me selling, what would be so ridiculous? If you start to see me selling tires, baby, I'm about to sell that brand. I'm gonna let it get popular, and then I'm gonna put up a post on Instagram and be like, "Well, my journey here with tires has ended." Like, come on. If I'm selling,
I made $100 million.
Yeah, I made $100 million. I'm gonna sell them tires. If I'm selling pots, I'm gonna be there forever. Like, that's something I really like and do and I'm known for. But if you see me selling tires, just know that Nikki about to sell that business as soon as it becomes valuable. Smart.
It's smart. I'm not hating on that. I just, if you're passionate about a brand, if you're passionate about a company, and you are passionate about the legacy of it, I don't suggest that people sell it. If you're hard up for cash and your business is flailing, sell it. You know what I mean? But I just don't. If you're making a lot of money and your business is successful, don't just take any payout from any billionaire or any company that's going to offer you the money. But back to Anok. I think that she's doing great. And I don't like any manufactured like competition in this way. I think, this is my delivery guy.
Okay.
Excuse me. Hello?
Oh my God.
Okay, I'll be right down. Thank you.
Arnold, for the next live, get your food before.
They people have been like, last year was like a big thing because Alex Consani won, and Alex Consani is like a pale blonde white woman and stuff, and I'm like, and they're friends, and I'm like, no, don't make like a beef between them, like, you know what I mean? I like that for them, and we gonna keep that. Let me get my food real quick.
Get your food.
Excuse me, sorry.
Get your food. While Arnold is getting his food, I'm going to hop into the comments. Toya Star said, "Hi, Star family. Please like and share if you're having a great time and being educated and entertained. You can like by clicking the thumbs up." Thank you, Toya Star. Santi said, "Don't get me started on what Hailey Bieber did to the two girls who owned the business name." It happens all the time. Rich people are not smart. Rich people don't have great ideas. They have money to steal. It happens all the time. Yes, Tires by Nikki. Yeah, he's hungry. He is hungry. Listen, okay, guys, I will start the tire line. Just know I'm going to sell it. Just know I'm going to sell the tire line. Let me get some older comments. Dahlia said, "Nikki.Star TV, I would love for you to do a live that's focused on Black-owned beauty and fashion brands. I'm on the lookout to put my money in Black hands." Well, this gives me the opportunity to announce for Black Friday. I wanted to do it last year. We got so busy. But I'm going to do a Black Friday video on where to shop. It's going to focus on Black-owned brands and small-owned businesses that I recommend, but it's mainly going to be Black-owned brands. So that will probably be, I'll probably put it up the week of Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for asking that question. Arnold, let's move on to our final topic of the night. We are going to, so Arnold and I, we were talking, and we want to talk about the CFDA awards, but there's so much happening on, like, with those awards. It's so much to talk about, and we're already over 2 hours.
Yeah.
And the British Fashion Council, their celebration, their award show is happening as well. So what Arnold and I are going to do is next week we're just going to do a live just talking about the CFDA and the British Fashion Council Awards, and we'll have that whole conversation with fashions and looks and all of those things. But I did want to talk about Alandria, our girl, with Brandon Blackwood. She has been really like, I have never in my experience of watching and reviewing Love Island seen somebody come off that show and have this kind of success. Like, you don't even think of that show in her anymore. It's just her, because now Brandon Blackwood has made her his muse. Like, they are going to be working together. She was just working with Alexander Wang. She is quickly becoming the fashion it girl. This is actually a picture of them at the CFDA Awards, which they both were invited to. And I'm just like, this look is stunning. And I think it's very smart for Brandon to work with her, because she's right now, and she's also someone who is the like doll baby for Black women. Like, Black women love her, support her, got her to where she is. He has a consumer base that is extremely diverse. Black women really put him on the map and really are his core base. So I think it's so smart that as he goes into fashion outside of accessories, that he works with someone who has the attention of Black women. I think this is so smart. I loved that dress. I'm loving the brown on brown.
I love
it. Great. I love it.
So
I just had to talk about them. We'll talk about them more in the next live, but I just wanted to bring this up. Arnold, your thoughts?
No, I actually love it. It's like a rich chocolate brown pony hair. I really don't know much about their collaboration or what they're going to be doing together. I just thought this was a very good move for him to come with her, because she has such a big name. I'm really interested to see what comes of, like, he's really veering, like, I'm not gonna say away from, but he's adding ready to wear and fashion into his repertoire, because he's an accessories designer. And this was a great place to do it. Like, you know, it's the CFDAs, you know what I mean? And he has the attention of the CFDAs as an accessories designer, because they do a jewelry designer, accessories, and men's wear, women's wear awards and stuff like that. I believe he's been nominated before, but no, I thought this was really, really great. I did not know what he looked like, but he's very young.
Oh, but, no, Brandon had a little makeover. Brandon had a little, because at first when I was like, is that Olivier? But no, it's Brandon.
It's Brandon.
Brandon, he's working on himself.
I think she looks so good. I think the dress looks so sick on her. This is like what I want to wear in the fall. I'm not gonna lie, like everything I'm buying right now with chocolate brown, it's chocolate brown suede, chocolate brown, like a pony hair or something. Like, I'm so into it. It looks so good on her. It looks rich. She looks rich.
Yes,
it looks good. I even like his little outfit too. I think he looks cute
what
too.
I was going to say. First of all, just with her, I love how the hair, dress, and clutch are all the same color.
I know.
Like, this look was so well put together. Gagged. And with him, I love this whole outfit, and I love the fact that he did the do-rag to like.
It gives like early 2000s Philly prom, but you go with your day best friend.
Yes, I love it.
And I know we talked about this before, but back in the day, y'all, and I think they still do. But when you went to the prom, the looks was coordinated. The looks were well planned out. Yeah. We wearing the same material, we wearing the same fabric, and we got to do it like that. And I thought that's like what this gave. I think they look so cute.
Yeah, they look amazing. But we're going to talk about them more in the next live. We are going.
Wait, really quickly, Kaylee. Somebody told me that she took that picture down because she did a pic. She like had an Instagram where she had glasses on her waist, because that's just.
It was a challenge, and they hated on her for doing it.
Yeah, y'all that's what I was.
Do the challenge. She did the challenge, and y'all said that she's fat shaming people.
So no, that's what I was going to ask. Like, what was the fallout from that made her take it down?
that people were saying that she was fat shaming because they said that she was like gloating because she was skinny. But I'm like, it was a challenge. It was a TikTok challenge. So she did it. Here's the thing. People are going to try to hate on that girl because a lot of people are so jealous that out of all people of Love Island, the one that is like doing crazy Beyonce numbers is Alandria. It's just pure jealousy, but you know, she
Yeah.
she got black women on her side. She gonna be all right.
I didn't know what happened. I was like, why was she forced to take it down? Because I didn't hear any controversy or fallout. But...
People were hating. People were hating. Oh, we got a super chat. Anissa, thank you. Anissa said, I always love you and Arnold's encouragement for creatives. I'm working towards my own success in tech and the design world, and you both make me hopeful.
Oh, stay encouraged.
So, Anissa, please share with me, share with us whatever you have. I will promote. Like, this is the time, guys. This is the time. Find your community. You have an audience. We are sick of the rich controlling everything. This is your time to shine. Thank you so much, Anissa. Arnold, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
No, I'm just really looking forward to discussing the CFDA awards. I'm so glad that it's a big thing. Like, it really is, it's a big thing. It deserves its own thing. We're going to do the outfit reviews. We're going to talk about the winners. It's a big thing. I hope y'all know what we'll explain what the CFDA awards is. It's like the eminent like fashion awards in
it's like fashion Oscars at this
it's point. Like the fashion Oscars, yes.
Yeah.
And that's not contrary to the Met Gala. The Met Gala is not an award ceremony. This is an award ceremony. People are this is an award ceremony. Yeah.
Oh, well, we have a little bit of more information here. I love, like you are said, I also believe the origins of the challenge came from an eating disorder side, TikTok side. Okay. So good for her for taking that down. Anyway, Star fam.
Wait, really? I'm sorry. Let me address that really quickly. This is why I will not, I cannot fuck with TikTok, y'all. I'm sorry. When it gets to, there's so many, and the way people say, like, why is there an eating disorder TikTok? Why is there this TikTok?
Well, it's kids. It mainly was a kid app. The adults got on there.
I know, it's just so strange to me. One of my friends said something about, like, he sent me a picture of something. He said, yeah, he's really big on like frat TikTok. Cause like there's like a TikTok for, and I'm like, what?
It's frat TikTok.
What is this? And then it's like, I'm like, what? It just seems like some of it, these corners of TikTok seem so problematic and hard to follow. Just thinking, and I'm not surprised to find out that there are girls with eating disorders on TikTok who are open about it and do challenges with each other. And so it's just like, that feels crazy to me.
Yeah.
That feels crazy to me. Also, I feel like I'm too old for TikTok. Like, my brain just will not work.
You're not. You can find your community on there. I think you would do really, really well. And when we're done with this, we're going to have a conversation.
Also, anyway, TikTok is being controlled by Larry Ellison and Jeff Yazz, and I ain't fucking with it because the president is going to be feeding propaganda into TikTok. Sorry.
And I'm the woke friend.
I mean, I told you when I'm with my other friends, I'm like this too, but I just got to put the needle on the record. Y'all need to get y'all kids off of TikTok.
Yeah, I will say, like, right now, it seems the same.
Yeah, TikTok got burrows.
Yeah, when he implements his mess, I'm out. But anyway, Star family, thank you all so much for joining us. Please make sure you bless Arno. He's blessed us with his knowledge. Let's hit his pockets up. I love you all so much.
Because I'm not a billionaire.
He's not a billionaire. Neither am I. Hit up the locals, please. Support Anissa. Support small businesses. This is how we win. Anyway, I got a lot of new content coming for you guys next week. So stay tuned for that. And we will see you next week. Bye, guys. You are so welcome, Busola. Thank you, Arnold, for being here. Let's bless him. And I'll see you soon.
Yes.
Nice.